Hello and welcome to the Miskatonic Playhouse. Tonight we are here to play Welcome to Little Creek by David Wartmann. And not only are we playing Welcome to Little Creek by David Wartmann, our keeper this evening is none other than David. What's your name?
I think it's David Wartmann, and I'm
David
going to be your
Wartmann.
keeper tonight.
Yay! And David, without any other introductions, without any other say so, we're going to hand straight over to you, my friend.
Yes, thank you very much. Because I like to do a narrative introduction of our characters because I think that's much more interesting. It is July 7th, 1920. It's a hot July afternoon. You've been in the car now for close to 6 hours with occasional stops, breaks, and whatsoever. However, the atmosphere, smell, and tension in the car becomes a bit thick. You realize the sun is shining down upon the black Model T car, whatever, and the bumpy roads definitely are noticeable in your lower spine and your behind, because despite the amount of sitting that some of you do throughout the workday, this is slightly different. And actually, we're going to start with the man behind the wheel, as I think a car needs somebody who drives it, who controls it, who operates it, and that tonight is Ant. Can you tell us a bit about who you are and who you're going to play?
Good evening. I'm Anthony Lee-Dudley. I am a player on Grizzly Peaks regularly, and tonight I am playing Jordan Baker. He's driving, and if it's possible to drive through gritted teeth, he is driving through gritted teeth. He is avoiding eye contact with everybody else in the car. His hands are fixed on the wheel. He's an enormous bear of a man, and sweat is trickling down his forehead in the heat. He just wants to get where he's going.
Fantastic. And next to him on the passenger seat, we have somebody else, a woman of distinct look that looks up front. It's Olga.
Hello, I'm Olga. I'm the writer of Eternal Grind Cafe, which is a place where you relive the hells of working in the service industry and can take revenge on your horrible customers. And I'll be playing Charlotte Rose. Now, Charlotte Rose is trying not to throw up. She's there. She's Phil. She smells the driver. She keeps making very awkward eye contact to the person sitting behind her. Nervous. She has smoked sunglasses that hide big bag. She's dressed very properly. She's quite muscular, fit, and surprisingly pretty, but dressed quite tomboyish. And she is not happy to be here. I'm very happy to leave. I'm very happy to get this over with.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. And in the back seat, facing some of the last companions, is Alandra.
Hello, I'm Alandra, aka Lady Bedivere. You can catch me here and on Quests and Chaos and Vanna Lost One. And tonight I am playing Cordelia Cody Dean, who is dressed as you would expect a reporter, a hard-hitting journalist even, to be dressed. Trousers, waistcoat that is very much unbuttoned. It is too hot in this car, and she is regretting this choice. She's probably got her little fedora pulled low to also hide some of the bags under her eyes, and has unfortunately picked up her pencil tick of sort of tapping her pencil against the ever-present notepad that she keeps fidgeting with. She's getting antsy being stuck in this car with all of these folks.
Fantastic. Facing you is a young student, I presume, portrayed tonight by Steve.
I am Steve. You can find me on the socials of the Tall Halfling, sometimes Tall Halfling RPG. Today, though, I am Aiden Hamilton. He is a student. He's in law school, so he's older than you would think as a student. He's a ridiculously handsome young guy. Slim, fit, slick back hair. He is fast asleep, snoring, just practically passed out in between the heat and just the sheer boredom of tagging along with this job. The office was bad enough.
Yeah, it's like International Law 101. Same procedure as every year. But next to him, having a stack of file folders on his lap, and contrary to the initial idea of introducing the characters, is T.A. Newman. Who are you, and who are you playing?
Hello, I'm T.A. Newman. I am the host of the Miskatonic Playhouse. I'm also the council chair for the Shoggoths for the Miskatonic Repository Convention, which is upcoming soon, and we hope to see you all there. And I, tonight, am playing Levi O'Nolan. Levi is... he's handsome in his own way, not in the same style as Aiden. He's a census agent. He's incredibly well practiced, 22 years of experience. His suit is quite worn, visibly worn, but he wears it smartly. He's a thin man and he likes his numbers. He loves his job. This is where he is supposed to be, with his nose buried in these files on his lap that he's supposed to be sharing, and he seems to be just muttering numbers and names as he stares down at them in the car as we're moving along.
Fantastic. And yeah, it was only this morning when you were instructed by your Census Bureau chef at the Boston Census Bureau office, Ronald Snipes, that there are some irregularities in one of the census of the Western Hampshire counties, a town called Little Creek, that apparently has a population of 321 people for close to 260 years. Now, one expects steadiness and reliable counts in certain small countries, but this steadiness seems a bit improbable. And you've been all instructed to kind of look into that matter earlier today. And yeah, I wanted to know what it is that you're discussing about and what maybe is your initial impression upon reading those files. Because Charlotte and Levi here are the prime agents of Ronald Snipes. And you had a look through the files earlier today and potentially even shared it with your driver, the awkward sleeping law student, and this nosy reporter here in the car. So tell me, what is it that you think about this whole matter of affairs that you are investigating and are meant to investigate?
I'm going to be talking to Aiden. I don't even know he's asleep. I've got my face kind of looking at the sheets. And I'm just kind of going, well, 1920, we Gerald Bingham. I mean, that was our last census agent. 1910, William Whitford. But before that, we had Peter Dodge. Now, I didn't meet Peter Dodge, but he seemed to take over from someone from HS, which I'm thinking is Hank Simpson. And then he'll look up and see that he's asleep.
Mr. O'Nolan, I think I don't know why we're being sent to a place where people cannot count. I think they're just hillbillies that changed the census agent away. I don't know why they quit though. That's the weird thing, right? All the census agents quitting.
It's well, look here, yeah. You've seen these. They all have a letter of resignation. Mr. Snipes, and he'll kind of like look at Aiden. That's our boss who expects us to do our job. All of our job. Yeah, kind of tap him in the leg.
Yeah, Uncle, I'm here. I'm paying attention.
Yeah. Well, we do these are their resignation letters. Here.
Eerily similar. It feels like they're all written by the same man, to be strictly fair. I mean, the excuses for resignating are different, but...
Now you say that, when you look at the letters, they all seem to have the same grammatical mishaps.
So the Census Bureau hires people who can read, but not people who can do math, is what I'm understanding.
Oh, Miss Cody.
Ms.
Ms. Cody.
Thanks.
We can count. We can do numbers. That's what we do.
I would
when we
hope
find
so.
Yes, I hope that you would hope that's so too.
Sorry,
I have a question. Who is
Yeah.
tapping their pen? And I want them to stop it right now.
Yes, please.
Cody will lift her hand and start just spinning the pencil between her fingers instead.
Thank you.
I'm gonna ask you to do something. I often hear easier than when I'm reading, and he'll hand. Levi's gonna hand Miss Rose the Gerald Bigham resignation letter. He's gonna hand Aiden Hamilton the Hank Simpson letter. He's gonna hand Ms. Cody the Peter Dodge resignation letter, and he's going to hold on to the William Whitford one. If you read them out loud, it'll help. Do you understand the rhythm of the grammar? There's numbers in it, you see, and if we can, we might. Could you read that? Would you mind?
15th January, 1920. To whom it may concern. Dear Mr. Brisby, I am sorry to have to inform you that I have decided to retire from my position as a census agent for the Boston Census Bureau effective immediately. Please have my desk cleaned out and my private effects sent to my apartment. During my latest travel, I have realized that I need to take some more time for myself. It has been hard for me recently, and I have the feelings that I want to do something else with my life. I have attached my latest paperwork and hope it finds you well. All the best. Gerald Bingham.
Okay, Mr. Hamilton.
21 March 1900, dear Mr. Bigsby, I'm sorry to inform you that I have decided to retire from my position as a census agent for the Boston Census Bureau effective immediately. Please have my desk cleaned out and my private effects sent to my apartment. Due to a family emergency, I need to leave for Florida and can therefore not resume my duties as an agent. I've attached my latest paperwork and hope it finds you well. All the best, Peter Dodge.
Oh, yeah, okay. Miss Rose?
They are all the same letter, to be fair.
They are the same letter.
Dear Mr. Bixby, with this letter, I want to inform you that I have decided to retire from my position as a census agent for the Boston Census Bureau, effective immediately. Please have my desk cleaned out and my private effects sent to my apartment. Recently, I found a wonderful place to stay and a beautiful wife to marry me. All the best, Hank Simpson. Yeah, they do look very similar, and capital I's are not
Right,
not
right,
popular.
okay. You're writing a resignation letter, or you're writing a formal letter. You're gonna use capitals in the right place. You're gonna use your punctuation.
Well, and I know I'm the writer of the family, but Gerald was an idiot. So this doesn't really read like him from what I recall.
Well,
It
and
doesn't.
look, all the best, always with the B as a capital. That's not
But
a
they
capital.
can't capitalize Census Bureau, which isn't that part of your title?
Well,
It-
yeah.
It is. Yes,
Well,
Cody, you
I
are.
trust the rest of them can at least spell apartment. Dodge is...
There is
Well-
the sound of Jordan gently smacking his forehead against the front of the steering wheel.
Why are we driving off a cliff? Why
Yeah.
is
You okay there, Mr. Baker? I've got some pills in my pocket if you need a little something to keep you awake.
I'm good, thank you.
so?
I put the bottle back in my jacket.
Mr. Snipes, he hand wrote a note just summarizing events, and I kind of hold it out so everyone can see. You can see here the census agents over the years from Mr. Randolph Ernest right up to Mr. Bigham, Gerald Bigham here, and you'll note that every 10 years the census has been taken here in this little creek, but the population all the way through. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, sounds like a countdown.
Huh. Yeah, I suppose when you put it like that. I mean, I don't believe in coincidences. Miss Rose, I know you don't believe in coincidences either.
Absolutely not.
What a coincidence. So it's really important that we find out what's going on here, because there's either something going on here or someone is embarrassing the census department.
Oh, we can't have that. No, I still think it's hillbillies who are afraid to have to pay taxes if there are more of them. That's all.
And they've somehow convinced, 4 of your colleagues to abruptly retire? Sorry if I sound a little incredulous, but that just doesn't seem like the sort of deal that hillbillies make, even with the Census Bureau.
That's a good point. What kind of a retirement package could your hillbillies put together?
And Cody, there's another thing that you notice. Since you have the letter of Bingham in your hand, it is addressed to a Matthew Brixby, who retired from the Census Bureau 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Bingham knew that. He complained about our new boss all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bridgley?
So,
he's
look, I know that he liked your last boss better than this current guy. I haven't even met your last boss, and I also like him better than the guy we met this morning. But I don't think, again, like, Gerald liked his job. He was, one of those guys that's just more into numbers than anything else. I'm sure you guys were probably great friends if you ever crossed paths.
I know.
He would
trained me.
remember who his boss is.
Yeah. You haven't heard anything of Gerald. He's just gone.
I got a call to come pick up his stuff at his apartment. I think the only reason I got a call is because he hasn't paid his rent, and I'm the only person in town. He moved here from Wisconsin. He's one of those cousins. So I was the nearest person to get a hold of. We're only in touch. We're only in touch because I'm in the area. We weren't like close or anything, but I don't particularly like getting told that I'm on the hook for somebody else's unpaid apartment lease, and now I've got a pile of furniture I got to store somewhere.
He's not coming back then. And he hasn't told your family and he hasn't talked to you.
I mean, I don't know why he would have talked to me, but he sure would have called, Grandma.
Yeah.
They were close.
Oh, damn it. What happened to him? He was a good sort. He trained me.
John, can you roll for drive auto?
Not sure Jordan is with us at the moment.
No, it's me. Levi, sorry, apologies. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. We cannot see you.
What the hell is going on this evening?
Yeah,
right.
God's angry.
I'm not running this meeting, am I? That's official, right?
I don't
David,
know.
you've got control, haven't you?
No, I think you are. But if you leave the meeting, there should be a questionnaire who you want to transfer the meeting
Oh,
to.
yeah. I will be back in a second, just to check.
Rip to the OBS layout.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you got a hard success. Why is it so weird for you?
I think a hard success is 2. Oh, no, it's a proposed roll card.
Yeah, that's... Did you click anything weird, and?
You're still muted.
Yeah. I'll still take the hard success from your earlier drive. Just as you lull away and in the discussion of letters, bosses, and ties.
I will be putting my foot down to try and make this journey as quick as possible.
Fantastic. As you accelerate, though, you notice that there's various potholes on the street, and you're just quick enough in your reaction that this lulling of numbers and names and whatnot does not interfere with it, but you avoid all of them. You definitely feel the
I definitely clip one that looks not too deep, but would be enough to just give them a bit of a bounce in the back.
There you go. You suddenly all
Pencil
feel
fly.
a bounce in the back. And yeah, you have been driving now for close to
Sorry.
6.5 hours since this morning, since you left Boston. It has been quite tiresome, and it has been quite hot, exhaustive, and yeah, you've just crossed the border to Hampshire County. And
Okay, I'm gonna need to know where we're going now. Can someone look at the map?
Oh, we can look at the map, but there is Little Creek's not on the map, good man.
Okay,
there a
I'm a
sign?
good driver, but I can't go somewhere that I don't know where it is. Not deliberately.
Go straight until we see the nearest town, and we'll stop it in town and ask for directions in the nearest town.
It sounds like a plan. I gotta take a stop and a little comfort break anyway, so...
Okay. You keep on driving, and yeah, you come to East Hampton, which is kind of the first major city that kind of you come across. Population is quite rural, even here in the city. And you ask around. Little Creek, they kind of shake their head, look at you a bit awkwardly, pointing to pretty much all the hemispheres as guiding directions. You inquire a bit longer until somebody points you to kind of Ludeville, West Hampton, kind of north, which seems to be the most consistent kind of direction that you've gotten so far.
Okay, so I got a wild theory here. Maybe we follow the creek.
What?
Just saying. The naming conventions around here don't seem particularly creative. So if
I
we're
hate to
looking
give it
for
to you,
a
Cody.
little town off of a creek, we just follow the water.
I'm seeing kind of a lot of little squiggly blue lines on the map. I'm not sure which ones of them are creeks, but there seem to be a lot of them.
The ones
The
that are
northwestern
smaller than a stream.
Still, lots of them.
There are indeed lots of them. Quick question:
We'll combine both.
should we just
We will
wait
combine.
for Newman for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah. The summoning ritual
Okay.
has worked.
I was
Hurrah.
just praising that we should take a short break to await the return of the ornithological man.
I think what happened is we stopped in the little town, asked around, got in the car, drove off, got halfway down the road, realized that we had left Levi behind.
Exactly.
Had to turn around and driven back to the little town and found him standing by the side of the road.
Looking at potentially with his magnifying glass, not magnifying, what are they called?
Abacus.
No, where you look in the distance.
Binoculars.
Binoculars. With his
Binoculars.
binoculars, looking at some trees and the surrounding area as he rambles down some bird names occasionally. But yes, as you stop and you get the latest direction, they most consistently, for these kind of small towns, point you towards Ludeville, West Hampton kind of direction, north of East Hampton. It's all still vague, and even if you stop at local authorities, police, post office, they will kind of just look at you weirdly like, do you mean a farm? Is it farmstead or something? Is it a town? Like, never heard of it. And so a couple of hours later, you potentially are on the route further north towards Ludlow, unless you direct otherwise.
If we, as we're asking around, the only thing is, I think Cody would maybe occasionally drop Gerald's name, or if we stopped in at probably the local diner and or the local authorities might ask if and when the last census was taken to see if the timeline matches up with approximately the time of this resignation letter.
Well spotted. Yes, he was around there, beginning of January. Taking the census as usual. Some of them recognize him, maybe if you have a photograph. Others definitely know that a census agent came past. And yeah, it's a census agent. You answered a couple questions and they're gone, right? Not a memorable figure.
But if they're asking about a town that you've never heard of in your backyard, you might remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As of then in East Hampton, they don't make the connection that he was asking for Little Creek.
Ms. Rose, Mr. O'Nolan, you clearly don't know where Little Creek is. We're not given anything by your current boss that indicates where it is. So how did Gerald know where this place that maybe doesn't exist is? Do you think Brigsby knew about it and just didn't leave a file or something?
Oh no, he would have left I don't think that there's lacking file at the census. No, I think that normally in a census you just drive, and if you see a town, you record it, right, Mr. O'Nolan?
That's absolutely right, Ms. Rose. It's there are some places you'll be surprised that they don't like to be recorded. They don't like to have their name down on a piece of paper. I can't imagine why, but making sure that they are a part of a wider American community. Everybody's down, everybody's listed. It's important, and some people don't see that importance, so they hide from it. Mr. Baker,
Nothing
where are you from?
Surprises me anymore.
Me? Oh,
Yeah.
East Coast.
East Coast. Whereabouts in the East Coast?
Northeast Coast.
Northeast Coast. Okay, well,
My family was originally out of Boston, but we got out of there before, and I got posted around a few places and been around a lot of different bases. Yeah.
Okay, well, Northeast Coast. Just with that generalization, we know that there was about 106, just over 106 million people, the population of the Northeast Coast, only this last year. Now, we wouldn't know that if we didn't know the population of each of those towns in that area.
I'm very reassured by your numeric abilities.
Yeah, Cody, I think you actually had a small thing. I think if you look at Gerald's last sequence of towns he hit, then we should be finding the cluster of towns near Little Creek, right?
I'm just saying, if we keep running into other places, we should keep asking about him, see if we can kind of track whatever. How many towns? I guess when they're this close together, you can hit 2, 3, 4 in a day, right?
Easily.
Yeah.
I mean, even more. The towns are a construct over here. Hampshire County, the boonies are quite, they're sometimes just farming villages because they had so many kind of farming equipment and whatever workers that live together that they created their own village, but they're actually kind of supposedly allocated to a different city or county or whatever. But you find numerous kind of these small farms all along the street as you drive down. And as you hit Ludeville, the response is a bit more ominous, I would say. People seem to be questioning the intent of Little Creek. What's your business with that?
My cousin
We're here to
went
take the
missing.
census.
them census was taken about months ago.
Yeah. The guy who came through and asked you these questions was my cousin, and he ain't shown up again, and Grandma's getting worried. So
Nice guy.
Oh,
Really,
yeah,
really, sit down and had a cup of tea with me. Beautiful.
He got the census wrong.
Well, good sir, I cannot help you with that, but I can tell you, I saw him heading up to West Hampton on his next stop.
West Hampton was his next stop after here. Thank you so much. That's real helpful. And anything else unusual happened around here since?
Oh, man, he was an outright nice gentleman. Always kind, polite. Did everything that one would expect from a man of such statues. We don't get them city folks around here that much.
Oh no, not a popular tourist destination.
Nah, well, you see them parts in Montgomery. They're kind of nicely seen as tourist and hiking destinations, but up here, none of them like them farming so much as we do.
That's a right shame. Maybe sometime I'll write a piece about the glorious farming.
Write a piece.
Hampshire County. Yeah, sorry.
You them journalists, eh?
Yeah. That's what we're doing. Pursuing a sort of human interest piece to share with our city folk how important the countryside is to our great nation.
Them so big words that you're using here.
That's what a college education will get you. Not saying you need one, just saying that's what you come out with.
Hey, wait a sec. And you drive off. You leave Ludeville behind you. Just one more time, kind of an introspective of each of the characters. Now that you've kind of driven pretty much almost all of the day, by now it's probably 5:30. It's getting a bit, dusky. I mean, the sun is going to be up until like 8:30. It is summer. But yeah, you've been stuck with these people for pretty much the entire day, for 10 hours. And how do you feel? Let's start with Alandra. Oh, our Cody of the group.
Cody doesn't trust any of this group. Not like in a nefarious way, but just Cody's always going to presume that everybody has a secret. Everybody knows something that they're not sharing, and she's especially convinced that somebody in the Census Bureau, maybe not one of these rubes, but somebody knows something more than what we've been told, especially because she probably didn't really share this with anyone, but like she went to Gerald's apartment to close it out when the landlord got a hold of her, and everything was like he had just left. Like nothing indicated that he wasn't coming back. Nobody had put a stop on the milk delivery or the mail or anything like that. And she's also just investigative journalism is her passion, even if it's not the pieces she gets. And she knows there's no way that there's a full town on the census that just doesn't actually exist. That's gotta be something. So she's just making a lot of notes and really side-eyeing our little mathematics friend over here every time he brings up numbers.
Fantastic. Well, let's get an idea of how our young law student, or not so young law student, does. Aiden, how about you?
For the record, he's 24, so young, but not like a high school student or anything. As we're getting off onto smaller roads, it's probably a bumpier ride, so it's getting harder to sleep. So he's watching the countryside roll by for a little while, and then starts rambling to Cody while she's trying to write. Starts rambling about about witches and witchcraft in Salem and the history of Massachusetts and
Fantastic.
just
Can you roll
on
for a
and on.
spot hidden check, please?
sure. That's a 30 over 25.
Yeah, you're definitely kind of enthralled by your discussion about witches that you initiated here. And so in that point, we'll go to the driver. No, we go to Rose. How about you?
Rose is getting a little bit nervous about all those talk about witchcraft. We don't do witchcraft. Witchcraft is fake, right? That's not real. Say, can that radio go on? Hey, Mr. Baker, the radio does it go up? Does it go up louder? Like, besides, She fumbles a little bottle in her pocket and she tries to look at her and she sees Mr. O'Nolan happily look up at her while she looks over her shoulder and she pushes the bottle back.
Miss O'Nolan, how about you?
I mean, he's working, so he's occupied. But in his right hand, when he's not making notes of the names of the people they've met and the places, the locations, Ludeville off to West Hampton, he's kind of tracking everything, almost religiously tracking everything. He's got this kind of mini wooden abacus that he keeps kind of flicking the dials with, sliding them up and down as he's kind of sitting there listening, re-looking at notes. And I think when Aiden starts talking about witchcraft and witches, he'll kind of look up, and that's when he catches Miss Rose's eye with her bottle. But looking back to Aiden, witches aren't real, right?
Yes, they're completely fake and not real, and they are not a threat. And this is not Witch County. I agree. That would be unrealistic to think that witches are real.
Witches are
very
But the history of it is real, and the trials and the persecution and
Well, there's history of dragons, but dragons don't exist. The witches, it was sensationalism. It was social accusation, you understand.
Just because you've never seen a dragon doesn't mean they don't exist. There are plenty of things out there that exist that you'd have never seen.
And amongst that discussion, Jordan, how do you feel about now this new topic of conversation? And also, can you roll for drive auto again?
We're all gonna die.
That was a foregone conclusion.
So,
Oh God!
Help.
do you want to? So it's a 72 over 60. Do you want to leave it at that? Do you want to spend luck? Do you want to? You want to? Okay. So what is distracting you so much from the road in that discussion? And how do you feel, Jordan?
So Jordan is staring fixedly between the mirror and the road ahead. All he can see is like the light starting to fade off into the distance as this road goes on. All he can hear is a combination of pens clicking, bits of abacus speed flicking around, the sort of clinky sounds of bottles, the sort of snory noises of Aiden, and then this kind of high-pitched whine of people talking about witches. And then he has this idea because Charlotte says the radio, and he's reaching down to the radio to turn the radio on.
And at that moment, you don't see that pile of rocks in the middle of the road as your car just drives over it. You hear kind of a bum, 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 bum. The car rattles. And you definitely see the fuel gauge kind of like, ooh, starting to drop quickly.
Okay.
Can I get a group luck roll?
What's everybody's luck? Or do you want everybody to roll, David?
No, you can say what everybody's luck is and just...
It's the lowest luck, isn't it?
The lowest luck.
Roll.
Can anybody beat 35?
No. We have
Then I got you
start.
guys.
Let's see what you got. look at you.
29 under 35.
The car, Jordan, you realize definitely maybe you ruptured the fuel tank, or maybe a pipe or a hose or something. It definitely is losing fuel, as you can see also in the back mirror. But as you just do another turn, as you hear the engine starting to sputter, you see up ahead on the left in a T intersection, Buster's gas station coming up. And you see there's a delivery truck already kind of in the gas, like on the pumps, kind of getting gas. There are two guys kind of standing next to it. And they're eyeing you as your car kind of just like sputters in and engine turns off, and you roll the last couple of feet until you perfectly park next on the other side of the pump. You see the delivery truck is loaded with crates and goods of, dried beans and condiments and they're like, the two guys wearing kind of the onesies, like workers' uniforms, they look kind of suspiciously at you. You can see there's a garage where 2 feet are popping out behind, underneath a car that is on kind of levels. And as you kind of come to a stop, the two of them kind of just eye the whole lot of you with this like slow turn of their head. And then one of them kind of goes over to the car and kind of knocks on the car, goes back, and stops halfway as the man underneath the car comes up. And he says, Buster, we put it on a tap. We're heading off to delivery, Day's getting late. And yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Go. And they hop in. Can I get a listen roll from everyone?
Ooh, I have an extreme success with a 3 under 45.
And Jordan
And I rolled
dies.
100. I don't hear the train coming.
Why is he standing in the pool of petrol?
Jordan,
What?
what do you hear?
And smoking.
What you hear is one of them, as he turns back to the engineer who's kind of popped up underneath the trunk. He mumbles something, and for you, it sounds like the most insensitive insult that you've ever heard. And he kind of then takes the turn and looks at you and does this like half smile as he nods and heads back to his car.
As he
Or to the
looks
truck.
back at me, Jordan stands up out of the car and keeps standing up out of the car till he's 6'5" or whatever he is, and just starts walking purposefully over to the miscreant.
Fantastic. At that same time, Charlotte, you hear the other colleague on the other side of the car kind of trying to hush over. Come on, it's not going to be long until we need to get to Little Creek soon.
Hello, good to see you. Oh, it's so good we see you over here. We are actually looking for Little Creek, and you would help us greatly out if you could give us directions.
All three men
Beaming smile.
on the parking spot stop in their track. And all of them
Radiant
turn towards
smile.
you.
Oh, thank you. We are actually, both our car broke down, but it was an act of God, apparently, because we have met you and you are going to Little Creek. We would absolutely love to have some directions.
Little Creek, never heard of. Sorry, sir. And, he kind of sees Jordan kind of walking closer and he kind of walks around Jordan, sir. And, sorry, sir. And kind of tries to keep distance as he kind of walks around him.
Jordan does not slow down. He just keeps walking straight towards the person he
I
heard
am
say
absolutely happy
Yeah,
to convey
he's-
with our driver that you are willing to support us, and he will probably be easier to handle.
Let's calm down. One of the workers of the delivery truck kind of that you think insulted you, Jordan. Now he's within like 3 feet, and he's like stopping, and he kind of steps back. So, what seems to be the issue? You have a distinctive look here. Listen, I know what trouble.
Can Levi run and try, and he can see that there's a conflict kind of brewing
sure.
here, and he's worried because even though he's the driver, he represents the census company.
Absolutely.
So he's running to kind of try and get in front of Jordan and be like, "Oh, hey, no, hey, it's okay, everybody. We are we're looking. Miss Rose over here told you we're looking for Little Creek. So Mr.
Never heard
Baker.
of. Never heard of.
Okay, yeah. Are you sure? Because
Yep. Never heard of.
Miss Rose.
Sorry.
I haven't felt my ass in 2.5 hours, and now you're giving me this crap as soon as I get into your godforsaken little gas station.
You don't want to mess with my friend here. He's going to. If you have to feel his ass, it's going to be a difficult conversation.
That even makes Jordan stop and just look round at.
So Levi is socially inept. He is not good at this at all. You may not have noticed. He's not very good at
It may have broken the tension. Just I did.
Cody's gonna grab.
Aiden is fully
Aiden.
alert for the first time on this trip. He's taking notes about who said what and who was standing where. Just preparing
Perfect.
for. I mean, he hasn't graduated yet, so he can't actually file a lawsuit for you. But
But for litigation, it might be enough.
make
Yeah.
a good term paper. You know.
Yeah. Cody, I think will keep an eye on Aiden, but is also like one leg out the other side of the car in case she needs to make a quick movement away from whatever is happening.
So, Mr. Workman, I suggest there's a few things that happen here. What's going to happen is, number one, you are going to apologize for the misunderstanding that may or may not be real. Mr. Baker's feelings are certainly hurt. And you are going to convey to my wonderful associate, Miss Rose, the location or the direction, at the very least, of Little Creek. And he pulls out his wallet. I'm sure that we can make it worth your while. And he'll pull out a $1 bill.
He kind of just takes a peek into your wallet. I think you can. Looking into your wallet.
He kind of like knows there's other bills in there and kind of shields them a bit, but kind of looks in. So if we were to make it worth your while with an apology.
Well, the apology is extra. Because there was none.
You're a very brave man, aren't you?
You see him kind of like smile at you.
Let's settle Little Creek first, and then we'll settle who's saying sorry to who. So, Little Creek.
He grabs the $1 pound, the wallet, $1 note, and just turns around. Down there, intersection, 5 minutes on your right. But kind of pulls out his arm again, kind of looks at the watch. If I were you, I would be maybe considering taking a night somewhere else and come back in the morning.
Not the kind of place that folks want to be spending the night at? I didn't think that was much of a problem up here.
Them folks are private. And he kind of like tries to kind of move towards the car, like step by step by step.
Jordan will match that step by step by step.
Where will you be spending the night then? Since, as you can see, our car is a little bit in misrepair, so we're going to need something nearby. Surely you guys can't be going far, given the sunset and all of that. Really like pointed, unblinking stare. Probably standing on like the running board of the car to make herself kind of taller. So she's got like one arm on top of the car and she's like, very casual, very bro.
Give me a social role that you think is adequate here. Or if you want, an appearance role.
I say an appearance roll might be better than a persuade roll. Maybe I'll just throw them off guard.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. It is a 55 under a 65.
You definitely show certain qualities that make them stop for a moment and well, obviously we're heading home. I mean,
sunset. Where's home?
Well, it's in West Hampton. Just doing deliveries, ma'am.
Sure thing.
Running a bit late. Had some trouble with the old Studebaker here, and you know how it goes. Buster was glad to help.
No, it's those roads are pretty rough out there.
Lady, whatever you and he kind of still tries to kind of do this like meticulous macabre dance around Jordan. Whatever you think about this, I would highly recommend, just taking just maybe in the morning or something. Go there. In general, there's not just a farming cat. Nobody's really there anyway.
All right. Let's. You seem like a nice guy, even if you did piss off my friend here. So I'm gonna level with you. You're not convincing me, and this whole routine is really making me think that you're trying to hide something. So, unlike my friend here, maybe I could negotiate something worth your while, and you could tell me what it is you're trying not to tell me, and we could just, we can go around back, away from everybody else. You can tell me in private, and it doesn't have to go anywhere. Journalism dictates if it's off the record, nobody else knows.
You hear the sound of a revolver being cocked. And the gas station guy kind of stands there, gun to his side. Now, gentlemen, I know how you do things in the city, but over here we don't meddle with each other. He said where the directions is. You're free to go and get there if you want to. I think he answered your question, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, it's because Ms. Cody swore, isn't it? I apologize for her language. She does not represent the census company.
Mr. O'Nolan, shut up.
Okay.
We'll turn to the gentleman with the gun. Hands visible, and just be
he's not pointing it towards you, but
No.
he clearly made it clear he doesn't want any trouble right now.
Yeah.
When the gun came out, you will see Jordan will just step between the group and the gun.
Okay.
Still up kind of over the top of the car to the other side now. Just like, fair enough. You're right. I apologize. You did answer our questions. Thank you so much for your time, gentlemen. We really appreciate it. If you'd like to chat about anything else, please feel free to look me up. I'll leave my card with the attendant. Have a nice drive. Stay safe.
Come on, you have some charm or social role, right?
I've done a reasonable persuade.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's not I'm looking to see if I have anything better that I could pitch, but I think it's probably that.
It sounds like you are persuading them.
Yeah. 27 under 45.
Fantastic. The passenger, so the second guy who's not in Jordan's immediate arm reach, actually kind of grabs your card and kind of leans over and is like, listen, lady, wait, want no trouble, but them weird folks, you don't want to go there after dark, and as it's getting late, you don't want to disturb them. Hard-working farm people and such, but don't want to mess with them. Understand? Just better find a place. There's a historic inn just down the road. Follow the road. You get there. pointing to the same road into the forest at the T intersection. Just saying, just be safe, okay? He kind of grabs the cart and kind of goes in while the other kind of rushes in, starts the engine, and they drive off into that road.
We'll just wave them off. Yeah. Safe travels.
The mechanic by now has kind of pulled the cock back and put the gun in his overcoat. Listen here, gentlemen. I know what them city folks of you, with them suits and such, are disturbing the peace and quiet of them Hampshire neighborhoods. But that ain't the way that we do business around here. You understand?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, we just like to by the by follow through.
I understand.
Can I
Speaking
ask...
of doing business, and going to attempt to change the conversation over to, hey, can you actually like, fix the car? Because we can't go anywhere as things stand.
You got him car trouble, eh? Driving over Buster's old road signage. No, that's what they call them. But it's just them farmers leaving all the stones from the muddy fields around. Let me have a look. He kind of bends down and kind of looks at the car. Yep, it's some fuel pipe. Yep, I can fix that. I'll get a replacement. Takes
Are you
You
about...
willing to do a
saying that-
rush job on it?
Listen, lady, I can do any job you want on it. It'll just cost you.
Oh well, it's a hired car from the company, so we should be able to write this up. Are we able to get a formal receipt for this?
Sure you can. I'll just grab them pods. And he kind of walks back to the little kind of repair shop. Can you all roll for spot hidden? And Jordan, you get a bonus die on that. So if you right click on that skill, then you should get a slider.
Levi's too busy writing his own personal introduction to the receipt in his journal.
Charlotte gets a regular success. She's quite alert.
Regular
Fantastic.
success for Cody.
Regular.
Failure.
Fantastic.
It's not. So I'm moving the slider along.
Yeah, 2+1.
Yeah. And then I'm clicking roll.
Yeah.
I'm getting the noise, but I'm not getting anything coming up on the...
That is true. Same to me. Then just roll regularly. I don't know why this is. You still pass. Roll d10. $57. Still a regular success. So those are with a regular success. You notice there's this significant amount of pods in the back of the shop from all kinds of different car parts and whatever. Much more than for a random car shop on the side of the road there should be. Significant amount of repairs can be done here. And he gets in, gets the parts, goes under the car and starts going to work on it. What are you each doing in the meantime?
Well, if you say that, I'm going to see if the parts are perhaps stripped out of other cars that stranded here. So are they look used or mismatched, different years, different paint jobs?
They're definitely various ages, various parts, various conditions. But yeah, mainly there's a vast assortment of them.
I compliment the station holder and I say, you have an excellent collection of parts and I see so many different models. Is there a reason that people driving over the bumpy roads a lot? Do they break down a lot?
You know them farming roads? He kind of muffles on the car. Quite a lot of injuries and things happening. So you got to be prepared. Cost me a fortune, but pays out in the end.
Fair enough.
Actually, just as a thought, listening to Miss Rose say that, do we know what vehicles our last two census agents came out in? Do we know the vehicle, the registration? I think William Whitford,
you would, yeah.
being a very good friend of mine, I'd like to think that I knew what he was driving.
Yeah, you would. You find parts that would fit that model if you are kind of looking closely. The other thing is like there's no like license plates or anything. It's just predominantly parts, and you can just see there's a variety of them. So allocating car parts to a specific car might be not in your forte per se, but yeah.
Would you, it's been a long road. Would you mind if I just went inside and went to the little boy's room?
Yeah, it's around the back. Little shed.
Alrighty.
Jordan has
Following up
just
on the-
sat down somewhere and he's just watching the mechanic quite fixedly because he's, responsible for the car.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Following up on this subject, I realize there are parts for lots of different kinds of cars. Aiden knows about as much about cars as I do, which is practically nothing. But does it seem like there is an overabundance of, say, fuel lines, mufflers, things that are under cars that would be damaged if this guy routinely has a pile of rocks out there making himself business?
Roll for intelligence.
Okay.
It might as well be.
I'm still half
Yes.
asleep.
Yeah.
94 over 75.
It might as well be. It looks like he's setting up the streets exactly for that purpose. To get cars in here, to get them repaired on their way from or to Ludeville or West Hampton. It seems like this is his business model.
Have to be careful coming back at the end of the trip.
Charlotte leans into the car, to the guy under the car and says, "And you said about the farmers leaving the stones out on the road. Is that a regular occurrence?"
Well, you know how the machines work. They drop stuff and they occasionally drop on the streets. Nothing to be concerned about, but you dumb city folks don't know about that.
Is there, Keeper, around the back, apart from there being an outhouse perhaps, is there a back door into the garage itself?
Yeah, there is. And as you kind of take a turn around the back of the garage, there's a forest kind of stretching up to it. Can you roll for power?
Oh. Success, 20 under 55.
Just for a brief moment, you stop before you even open the door, as if you hear leaves and twigs kind of breaking somewhere behind you. You turn around and then just a bird kind of flies out of the underbrush. Yeah.
What kind of bird is it? For my notes.
Yes. The
Excellent.
appropriate bird for that region. So Levi, you just turn around and you see that bird flying off, and you make a note of it. And there's more just like an unsettling feeling that you cannot really place, but the forest seems just a bit strange to you, maybe.
Okay.
But you open the door and you come into kind of the back area of the kind of garage. There's boxes and crates all around, parts and various things that smells of oil and gasoline. You can see up front there's a little shop with boxes of vegetables and fruits and stuff, condiments and everything. There's even a telephone, a map, and anything like a little convenience store at a gas station would have. And to the right,
there.
Hmm?
No, please carry on. You're going to say more things that I should be paying
to
attention
to the right, there's kind of the workshop where they have at the moment a car, or where he has a car kind of lifted up and was working on before. Again, and then all the walls are kind of covered with spare parts from various, you guess, types and modules.
So the two things that I'm kind of, my brain jumps to,
Sure.
Levi's brain jumps to. One is the map. Just quickly scanning it, is there a little creek on the map?
Nope.
After seeing that, I will immediately look for some kind of receipts or accounts book.
There are. Roll for a spot hidden check while you do that. And in the meantime, I want to know what the others are doing. What is Aiden doing?
Aiden's been stretching his legs a little bit, walking around the mostly outside of the garage, giving this guy his space to do his work, but just wondering if he spots anything weird, any wards or any
Sure.
folk magic things over the door or whatever.
Roll for a spot hidden with advantage. What is Charlotte doing?
She looks at the stationer and says, selling us any of the lottery tickets?
Potentially, yeah.
My money's good.
Okay.
I'm orders. How much? I'll tear the tickets off myself. I'll give you the money now and
Go in there and pick 'em up what you want. Place the money on a counter. I hope them city folks
do.
are trustworthy as us country folks.
oh, you know our faces. You know where we're staying tonight, so we'll be fine. She walks into a shop and takes it as a free excuse to start rummaging and buying lottery tickets.
And you probably
That
see
spot hidden was an extreme.
fantastic. And yeah, as you go in, you see behind the counter Levi kind of just rummaging around too, and like briefly stopping as he sees you enter. Cody, what are you doing?
Cody is gonna post up probably against one of the walls of the building, but kind of where she's got eyes on the car, and I think is maybe keeping a little bit of an eye on Aiden, just because he seems to be doing something, but she doesn't have a good read on what he's doing. Also keeping an eye on where Jordan is. And so I think she's just gonna lean up and light up a cigarette, have a
Fantastic.
smoke, and just kind of keep an eye on everything. This was a weird interaction.
Jordan, you're kneeling down or sitting close to the pump and you're observing the car, right? But anything else you want to do?
Yeah, so he's kind of stretching his back and things like that, and grimacing as he's
There's an audible crack as your
yeah.
back is kind of
And
being
so
stretched.
he sort of glances around and he just reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small vial of a whitish powder, and then just dabs some and smears it onto his gums.
Fantastic.
But he's mainly keeping an eye on the mechanic and that making sure the car's being fixed
Sure.
adequately.
You can either roll a spot hidden or drive auto or mechanical repair.
Let's do a spot hidden.
Okay.
68. That is a success.
He does seem to make a good effort to repair. He does seem to be making it extra slow. Like you would think you could do that quicker in the time he does it. But in the meantime, Aiden, can I get a power roll from you?
Oh dear.
There's nothing to fear, my dear.
Yeah, looking for witchy stuff and rolling a 2 does not followed by a fumble on the power check. Okay, it's been very nice playing with you all.
So, what do you experience? So, at that moment, as you kind of look around, you are intensively looking for signs for anything strange, but you don't find anything. You almost, you know, getting frustrated. You walk back. You kind of look back. Maybe the arrangement of the building and or the gas pump or anything. Anything of all of this might be strange. And that's when it strikes you that you look past the building, past the forest in the back, and up into the sky. We see the beginning of a thunderstorm kind of coming in, heavy clouds that seem to kind of cover the sky. And just for that moment, the beginning of the clouds as they kind of move towards you, create this almost figure, like a cloaked design, a figure moving forward, dragging behind it the darkened clouds, rain and thunder coming behind it, lightning exploding in the skies above, almost as if they illuminate two yellowed eyes that seem to stare directly into you. And you don't react until, like, there's this crack of thunder that rattles down, and you hear it in the distance as it kind of just like shakes you.
I believe Miss Cody was keeping an eye on Aiden. He stops dead in his tracks and he's staring up at the sky and he yelps, and stumbles backward and probably trips over his feet.
Cody's going to immediately like push off the wall and walk over and like offer a hand to kind of steady him or help him up or whatever. Just,
Yeah,
you okay, kid?
You start to hear in the background also the thunder kind of cracking.
Oh God, rain.
Yeah, I hope it's just rain. And he takes your hand and
Okay.
he is clearly shaken by something, but not terribly eager to share with the group as of this particular moment.
Cody's just gonna reach into like an inner pocket of the vest she's wearing, pull out another cigarette, light it off of the one she's been smoking, and hand it to him.
He happily puffs away. It's not his brand, but that's okay.
Yeah. She just pat on the shoulder like, you know, you get used to unconventional assignments after a while. Or maybe you don't in law school. I can't imagine everything's normal, right?
Well, I mean, coming and working with these folks isn't exactly normal for a law student, but I needed some extra credit.
I was gonna say life experience. Is that what this is supposed to be for you?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but their boss is my uncle.
Yeah, I kind of got the impression from the way he kept calling you Junior, which I don't think is your name.
I was supposed to be shadowing him for a month. It's been a week, and yeah, he's sending me out whatever this is. My family and I do not exactly see eye to eye.
Sure. No, I was just gonna say, is he sending you off because he's sick of your BS, or because you were asking questions? I say as someone who often got kicked out of family gatherings for asking uncomfortable questions.
Well, you remember how Mr. O'Nolan responded on the drive earlier when I was starting to tell you some stories.
Sure,
yeah,
the witches, yeah.
That's about how my family feels about some of my extracurricular interests.
She's just gonna pat him on the shoulder again and be like, you know, you just gotta find the people who are into the things you're into, right? Make sure they like the same baseball team, the same martini, and the same weird shit.
Yeah. He's fingering a ring on his finger. Choosing not to talk out loud about the financial benefits of staying in touch with his family.
I think if Cody clocks maybe the fidget with the ring, it just kind of looks, and you might see the subtle like flick of her hand, like she goes to do the same, but there's no ring there. One more like much more broy back thump pat, and then she will go back to her post and continue smoking.
Fantastic. In the meantime, as the thunder rolls in, Rose and Levi, inside. You start to kind of look through boxes and crates. You move and shift the display cases. You notice there's fresh fruit and vegetable, but as you kind of shift around and maybe kind of look through it, there's even a mouse coming out at one point. The fruit seems slightly tainted, rotten, molded. It doesn't seem as fresh as it initially seemed.
Charlotte decides to find out if there's any drugs hidden after the fruit, and as a pushed failed spot hidden, she dunks herself into the rotten fruit and the apples and whatever horrors lay beneath those taints.
You do feel as you push your hand deeper into this mush now that is underneath the top layer of fruit and apples. It becomes soft and then hollow for just a moment until you feel a bite. Something bites into your hand. You quickly pull out your hand, and as you do, you pull out a rat as well. It quickly drops from your hand, but then out of that box, a swarm of rats kind of just starts to distribute inside of the box, inside of the store.
Levi will nimbly
Jesus
jump up onto the counter, like straight away up onto
Exactly.
the counter.
I will also crawl up on the counter. And do you want a sanity roll?
Yes, please. And Levi, can you roll me a luck roll?
Oh. Yes, of course. 10 under 35. Lucky Levi strikes again.
I have a 52 over 50.
Okay, that's a D3.
Slightly...
A D3 sanity loss for seeing this cacophony. And you know what? You lose 1 hit point for the rat bite. Why not? Levi, as you jump on the counter in fright, you must have knocked something off, because underneath the counter, a box about 1 foot cube drops to the floor. It has intricate patterns and designs to it. Ornate. It seems ancient and absolutely misplaced for the location. Now, I do have to ask, do you scream or not when you see rats coming out?
I failed my sanity roll, and therefore I think I am screaming.
Okay. Levi, do you also scream?
I think I'm screaming internally. Wide-eyed. It's more like internal panic. Every kind of movement is sharp and jittery, as opposed to actual screaming.
Okay.
Although maybe he thinks that's what's happening, but he is actually screaming out loud.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Outside, most of you hear kind of a muffled scream underneath the thunder. Suddenly there's a dunk. It's like, what is that? What's happening? I thought they were buying tickets. And he kind of moves out from underneath. Buster gets up and he looks at you, Jordan. Like, what the heck is going on here?
Jordan is already moving. I mean, he's moving quickly for Jordan. It's not necessarily quickly in general, but as soon as he heard the scream, he would have run for inside.
Aiden, Cody, you both hear that too.
Cody's just going to dash off casually and loudly enough for everyone here to be like, wouldn't have taken the census kids as getting scared by a little thunder, eh there? And is going to kind of put an arm, like walk over to where Aiden is and kind of put an arm around him and kind of steer him toward the door. I think since I'm against the building, I'm probably a lot closer to the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think we're steering each other.
You might notice like a rat kind of running out the front door.
That one-footed jump, like, gee willikers, what the hell? Hey, I think you got a rat problem in here.
Yeah, them buggies keep on coming.
We'll pop in.
It was just the rats.
So
Levi's
many.
like holding this box now. If anybody walks in, he's just holding the box in front of him, like not really sure what to do with it.
How many rats are there when Jordan gets to the door and goes in? How
By
many
then,
rats?
there may be like 2 or 3 left that are scattering around the table and kind of violently kind of look for the intruders to their domicile.
Oh, jeez. Oh my God. And he just turns around and walks back out in disgust.
Buster comes behind you and
Just a couple of rats.
I'll put my
He
jacket
says
over
with
the
meaning.
box. I'll kind of take my jacket off and put it around the box, and just kind
I
of...
will walk up to Buster's distraction and be like, I'm so sorry. I tried to, I wanted to buy an apple and the rats came out and,
I'll walk past Miss Rose during this distraction. Oh, I thank you. I went to the toilet. It was wonderful. It was great. Thank you. And just kind of walk out.
I hold out a shaky $10 note like, could you get me this in lottery tickets, please?
Let me see. Okay. He ignores you, Levi, as he is kind of focused on the distraction. So you miraculously walk out with that strange box in your hand, and he kind of just looks around. Yeah, all right then. Well, I fixed them car. You want them lot? You're gonna pay for them apples too. I'm just gonna say, right.
Okay. The rotten one, the ones with the rat infested. Are the rats extra?
Them were not rotten infested when I walked in here.
I'll take care of it. And Aiden starts
Get a receipt.
Yes, get a receipt,
giving the
Aiden.
appropriate cash.
Okay. Do you pay him up? He writes a receipt. Jordan, you would quickly notice that he's definitely overcharging you by like 50-75% minimum. But yeah, you take all of that into account, and he's kind of standing behind the counter and kind of he's kind of very focused on you guys as you kind of head off. I presume back to the car.
Yeah, I want to make sure that he's given us a tank of gas as well.
Yeah, you can fill up too. I mean, you could have done that in the meantime while you were kind of next to it.
Directions to the inn?
Down the road, it's the historic inn. That's where we're going. And at this point, Levi's talking from inside the car. He's kind of got the box in his jacket on his lap with the window open. Yeah, we're all ready to go. Everyone, make sure you've been to the bathroom.
I think Cody clocked that Nolan was acting weirder than usual, and is probably also kind of like has climbed in next to him, but is very deliberately like filling up the window, like leaning out, being like, Aiden, which seat do you want? You know, like making a point of kind of blocking Levi from view.
Which seat?
Jordan will walk up to Buster behind the counter before he leaves and say, "You're not going to charge us for the tank of gas as well, right?"
He looks at you. I think there's a moment of military recognition.
So Jordan,
thank you for your
hold
service.
We'll hold out a hand, shake it, but as he does it, he makes a point of pulling back his leather trench coat, just casually. He's not doing anything with it, but just so you can see that there's a holstered revolver there as well, and he'll just shake the guy's hand and walk off. And as he's walking off, he goes, "Sweet deal you got here." and he's kind of grudgingly respectful of the scam that he believes is going on. But
Aiden waits until Jordan walks out and then slips the guy in an extra bill for the gas. First of all, it's not his money. Second of all, his uncle is responsible for the money. So yeah, come to think of it, there's also a small tip.
Fantastic. He's going to stay behind as now also like rain begins to kind of start to fall around you. You all just make it in time back to the car. The fuel gauge kind of jumps up and yeah, you can start the engine and drive off. You can see him kind of at some point, just when you kind of drive out of the parking lot, he kind of comes up to the door, looks behind you, puts up a cigarette, doesn't light it for a while until you kind of take the turn, and then you see a flicker of light as you just take the turn into the forest.
Well, I don't usually do things that would embarrass the company, but I thought it was a clear-headed financial move, and I just take my jacket off the box on my lap and just go, I took this. I thought in the moment with the rats, and I like kind of point at Miss Gray. I thought maybe this was where his accounts receipts would be kept him in a box. But I'm not a thief. I will return this.
Yeah, it's just a temporary borrowing situation, so we can do some accounts.
Yes, thank you. And I'll flip it open.
Well, you don't find any physical means of opening the box. Each side is identical to each other. They have these intricate patterns on them, designs and carvings. Maybe some of them look like runes, maybe? They're not quite sure, but like looks very detailed and absolutely smooth. All edges, all corners, everything is perfect. And yeah, you don't find any latch or any opening mechanism or way of opening it.
Is this like one of those?
Would Aiden recognize any of the markings?
Puzzle boxes?
Roll for occult.
This one of those puzzle boxes? My friend had one of those.
Yeah, Aiden is still shaken by the figure that became the storm. That's a 93 over 35.
Levi's just kind of tracing symbols, looking for any pressure points. He's kind of seen these puzzle boxes.
Sure.
Jordan is just heading in the direction where he was told the inn was.
Absolutely. Down that intersection into the forest. Well, also the direction of Little Creek that was told to Cody.
I think Cody is going to split attention between watching Levi and presumably Aiden kind of examine this box, but also kind of keeping an eye out the window. I think she clocked a little bit of that weird this is her whole deal, right? Is observation and whatever. So, clocked that the attendant kind of watched them leave in an odd way, and so she's kind of looking for signs, like road signage, looking out the front window occasionally for more piles of rocks that are setting us up. Just trying to kind of get the lay of the land in a very literal sense.
What about Charlotte?
Charlotte is very frustrated that none of her lottery tickets panned out as my luck roll failed. But she tries to remember on the anthropology courses she did as a minor, if she remembers anything about these puzzle boxes and how they open. And I would like to roll the anthropology for that.
Absolutely.
I sadly, I have quite a lot of luck, she said bravely. I could spend 10 luck. Would be worth?
That could remedy the fact that you failed. If you click on that little spider symbol, it opens up a whole menu, and you can say push or spent luck, and It automatically deducts everything from your character sheet.
Clever.
I will spend 10 luck to
You-
further us in this.
You remember, there were tales and historic references, Mesopotamian kind of boxes of communing or communication that use similar patterns. I mean, they're all kind of historical evidence where priests apparently used some sort of boxes to commune with other priests in different locations, like an ancient telephone. But I mean, this is all hypothetical, obviously. But you do recall that there's a method and operation of kind of how that there are secret levers in these sides that you press simultaneously in order to open the box.
I remember something from my college courses, and these are ancient communication devices, and of course, telephones haven't been invented yet. But there was a thing where you have to push 2 bits simultaneously. Click, click, click.
I don't know. That doesn't sound. Okay. Here you go. He'll hand it over to Miss Rose.
Rose, roll for Dex. And in the meantime, Jordan, can you roll for a spot hidden check? And anyone who looks at the road.
Can I also say that I would happily be helping Miss Rose if that might
Absolutely.
give her a bonus die.
That can give her a bonus die. If you want to roll,
She's
just
going
a
to say
D10.
like, Levi, press there, do this, do that. I'd be
Did you
following
say I
you.
get a bonus die on all spot hiddens, or is it just on that? Was it just on that one?
As of now, yeah, you are focusing on the street. Yes, so you get a bonus die on this one too. Because
and I can also roll for spot hidden for the road.
I think you don't have to. As
No, I don't.
As Jordan had a extreme success, and Charlotte, unfortunately, it will take you some time, kind of as you figure out kind of the combination
I get frustrated.
of that box. Yes.
I start violently shaking it and muttering under my breath the phrases that I read from the ancient texts as I push my roll.
Oh, okay.
And I make it.
Almost simultaneously as you make it, in a sense of like finding the pressure points. Jordan, you can slam on the brakes if you want to, but you definitely see an old withered sign on the side of the road on one of the old trees. It says, "It'll eek," kind of very withered and worn out in the distance. You can also see there's a part of the road next to it that has been well worn by trucks and multiple stops over the years. And there's a section of the underbrush that seems like it's just overgrown, but like it looks like there's a bit of foot traffic going through at one point. So one section where a car parked, and then a section where foot traffic goes through the underbrush, and a sign that says "It'll eek."
So I will. He's not going fast. He's driving carefully because of the rain. So he will slow to a halt and just lean back round in the car and say, "I found the road after It'll eek. You want to go tonight, or you want to try and find this inn?"
Oh well, how's everybody feeling? Is everybody happy to carry on the road, or do we feel like a night's rest?
That fella at the gas station, for all of his other quirks and foibles, and those delivery guys seemed real insistent that we shouldn't go there after dark. And I've heard of places where certain individuals shouldn't be after dark, and I don't know if this is one of those kinds of situations or something else, but I'm not particularly keen to test that.
They seemed more uncomfortable about the town than they did about Mr. Baker, which is saying a lot, sir.
Okay. I will make the executive decision that
The
we
box clicks.
will.
The box clicks open, and it doesn't open per se, but it seems like the wood just disappears into its side, and it has just a dark cavern inside. And there's as if dark light could emanate and pulsate from within. This is what you see and feel. And it takes a moment until you hear a kind of cracky, raspy voice. Yes? Buster? What is it? Roll for San. I think all of you who witnessed that can roll for San.
Charlotte has the hard success for sanity.
Fantastic.
Levi fails 53 over 50.
That's a D4 for seeing something clearly unnatural.
Holy moly.
8 under 50 for Cody. I
Just
saw
a-
weirder stuff in the war.
Just a trick, right? Parlor tricks.
43 under 50 for Aiden.
I'm pretty sure Jordan wouldn't be looking.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So yeah. Levi, you're the only one kind of technically being fully affected by this. But yeah. The voice asks, Buster, what is it?
Would you allow a disguise roll for me to imitate
Absolutely.
Buster's voice?
I think Cody is going to start to like reach over the seat to where you are and like make motion like close it, but isn't going to like force you to. It's just like
That's a fumble.
That is fantastic. What do you say? You're
This
pretty
is
convinced that you're doing a
Buster.
perfect imitation.
This is Buster. Just want to let you know, I sent the census kits the other way. They should be fine. Like, slam it close.
You release that lavis and it kind of the wood kind of
Yes.
reassembles.
So, did your college courses on ancient Mesopotamia tell you what to do about that situation?
Why did you, Miss Rose? You did not sound like Buster.
I panicked.
You sounded like my grandma.
Wait, she was trying to sound like Buster?
That's right, from the station, the gas station.
Why?
Panicked.
Because the box was asking after Buster. Did you not hear the voice, Mr. Baker?
Why is the box talking?
At this
did-
point,
Sorry.
he will slam the brakes on if
Cody's going to look
wait.
incredulously
You-
at everyone like
You will park just at that intersection where you see the sign right in front of you and the kind of little walkway into the underbrush.
Mr. Baker, I'm not comfortable being out here in the rain this time of night. I think I am making the executive decision that we are going to go to the hotel. He's kind of saying this with like complete no authority, and he's like judging everybody's reaction as he's saying it to see if they agree with him. 'Cause he
Cody
thinks he's
just-
making the decision.
Cody deadpans and just goes, "Well, I'm so glad we've been left in such capable leadership hands."
Yeah, that's the decision that I
Mr.
have made.
Mr.
Yes.
Baker, do you think you can get us safely to the hotel in these weather conditions?
That's what I was going to say.
assuming it is up this road, then yeah, no problem. And we can make a note of where this junction is. We know where to come back in the morning, so
Yeah. Yeah. Cody's gonna reach into before we kind of take off again, Cody is going to rifle around in the like she's got like sort of a briefcasey satchel bag that's been tucked under the seats or whatever. She's gonna rifle around and find some. I'm trying to think of what it would be. Probably maybe old racing betting stubs or something. Just some random detritus from her bag. Is going to pull out her pencil, scribble something on it really quick, crumple it up, and then chuck it out the window of the car, into the brush. Essentially, she is leaving something to see if it is still there when we get back.
Okay.
She's starting to get the heebie-jeebies about maybe we're being followed, and this is a little bit of a setup to see if somebody comes after us and is watching us, happens to notice that.
You roll down the window or open the door.
Yeah.
Aiden, can you roll for a listen roll?
Mhm. Okay, that's a 35 over 30. I guess I can spend 5 points of luck. Aiden, by the way, is trying very, very, very hard not to call Agent O'Nolan on this stuff that does not exist.
Yeah. As you kind of listen for a second, you definitely hear a bit of commotion, rattling of leaves, and the sound of footsteps, maybe just close by. Maybe a horse
can we get moving, please? Please.
Oh, why? Mr. Hamilton, are you okay?
I'm hearing footsteps. I don't think we want to meet anybody right now. So,
Can I pull out my binoculars?
more of this stuff that doesn't exist, sir.
Why
that
the window? Just
Jordan
enough.
will pull his revolver out and tuck it underneath his leg rather than in his pocket in his holster.
Sure. You, if you briefly stop and actually kind of listen, you do hear the sound of footsteps just behind the underbrush. A horse neighing, and yeah, there's certainly sounds of people close by.
Is there any sight of them with the binoculars?
You just literally look into underbrush.
Mr. Baker.
You would need to go kind of look through. Or
Let's get out of here.
Would you be willing to give me 5 minutes?
Yeah, if there are people here, they should be recorded for the census.
I'm a little less worried about the census, Mr. O'Nolan, but I'll see if I can get a head count for you. 5 minutes, and if I'm not back, you can leave without me, I promise.
Miss Rose, one of us should go with her for.
No, you really shouldn't.
It doesn't have to be me. I understand that I might be an intimidating
How
presence
good
for
are
you.
you at sneaking into places that you aren't supposed to be, Mr. O'Nolan? Because the last time you did it didn't seem to go particularly well.
I was a hide and seek champion.
I'll bet you were.
I used to go hide. No one used to come find me. It was a champion.
So Jordan will get out the car and walk round to your door, Cody, and open it for you to get out.
Cody's gonna slip out. She's gonna grab her jacket that's been in the car. It hasn't been cool enough for her to need it, but it is darker than her shirt. So she will pull that on, flip the collar up, pull her hat down, and Cody's got pretty decent stealth. I just want to sneak a little ways into the woods in the direction that we're hearing the sound from.
Before she goes, Jordan will just sort of, as whispery as Jordan gets, will just say, "Are you carrying any protection?"
Not the kind you're referring to.
He will go around to the trunk and open it, and there's a kind of a bag in there, and he opens it, and you see some tubes and things like that, and he will pull out a knife, like a decent sized hunting knife, and hand it to you. And he goes, "You got 5 minutes, and just so you know, I don't leave anyone behind."
I appreciate that, sir. I'll be back in 3. We'll slip the hunting knife into back of trousers, check pockets for anything that's loose that's going to rattle around too much and kind of shuffle things around, and then it's just going to slip off into the woods. Like, this is truly the plan, is just dip in, see if I spot anything, and then head back to the car.
Sounds
I'm
good.
going to binocular Cody as far as I can.
It's not that far. It's right next to the street. But roll for stealth or sneak or whatever it's called. But you get an advantage die on that too.
Oh, that's nice.
Because you have the rain going on, thunder, and...
11 under 60.
Nice.
Well, let's call Cody the shadow of the night.
Should have gone with you.
As she kind of opens up the underbrush and you look behind, you see two men in, well, Amish design, loading up boxes and crates that you've seen earlier on the delivery truck, on a horse-driven cart. You can clearly see that the space behind that kind of little underbrush is more or less just a cul-de-sac. There's a space where grass have definitely been decimated, where a lot of times things have been put down, and the cart basically waits there. They are loading it up, and they're about to be finished in like the next minute or so. Just the last box or two.
Does quick looking at the grass, clearly it's tamped down. This place is used regularly.
Yep.
Does it look like this space is large enough that, like, and do I see evidence of like tire tracks? Like the delivery truck drives in here, leaves things.
It
and
doesn't
leaves?
drive in there, but gleaming at the underbrush, you could think that if you just use the car to kind of drive through that one bush that is kind of creating a visible barrier, you could follow them.
Great. Cool. Cody is going to immediately like slink back out. Head
By the
back
time
to
you slink back out, you hear the kind of reins of for the horse to kind of move off. You can hear the clattering of the cart wheels and everything as the cart kind of disappears.
Gonna head back to the car and go up to Mr. Baker, whether he's in the driver's seat or still waiting outside. So, spotted some friends. Looks like they were loading up goods from that truck we saw earlier. That bush is basically just hiding a pathway. I think we found our road to Little Creek.
I reckon we take that in the morning.
Yeah, I'm not liking this weather, or, to be perfectly frank, these locals, and it has nothing to do with me being a city girl.
Nope. Get back in the car. Let's.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I think I'm gonna hang on to that protection.
Yeah. You keep hold of that. I got others.
I really awkwardly knock on the window as they're in conversation, as all steamed up from my breath, and I'll just wipe it and be like, I made an executive decision. We're going to the historic inn, the hotel.
I would just look at Cody and say, he made an executive decision.
Well, we can't argue with the executives. Just
Absolutely.
to mess with Levi, Cody will just like lean in and kiss Jordan on the cheek before she goes around to the other side of the car to get in the car.
He goes in his notes. He's writing it down.
Jordan will just shake his head, get in the car, and then we'll head off in the direction where he thinks the inn is, which I presume has got to be further down the road.
Yeah, you follow the road for about 15, 20 minutes, come to a T intersection where there again is a sign which points you towards the historic inn. It's just a mile to your right, and shortly after you drive into the parking lot of a way station hotel. It looks like it's one of those old post office stations where, initially postcards could drive underneath kind of a roof, and then it has been extended, and like ultimately this building has kind of created this beautiful kind of design. There are a few cars in the parking lot, not many. One bears a New York license plate, and the others are all local for Massachusetts. There are 3 more cars, and you can see light coming from the inside. And it looks actually quite decent and nice and cozy.
The one bearing the New York license plate doesn't look like it's been standing still for 6 months, does it?
No, it does not.
Okay.
So you want to go
Lee-
and sort us out some rooms?
Yeah. Yeah, not a problem. I will get us all rooms and make sure we get a receipt. If you'll excuse me. Can I clock the license plate as I go in? Is
Absolutely.
photographic memory kind of
Yep.
thing.
They're noted.
Miss Rose?
I can share with Cody, not because I'm scared, but because I can share with Cody because it's proper for yes.
No, quite right. Mr. Hamilton, Mr. Baker, would you like to share?
Sure, don't mind who I bunk down with.
Yeah, I have had a roommate before.
Okay. Well, that certainly squares it with the books. 2 double rooms for you, and I'll see if I can get myself an upgrade. Okay. Yeah, and I'll walk into the front desk and see who's there.
You walk inside, and behind the counter, an elderly woman, neatly dressed, stands there, kind of looks up from her glasses. She was just reading like a novel. Good evening, young man. How can I help you?
Hello there. I'm here with some friends. It's a business trip. I say friends, but we're actually colleagues. We
Well,
are
wonderful, wonderful. On a holiday trip, I presume.
No, this is work. We're colleagues. I just
Oh, I
It's being pleasant.
apologize. Well, they are with you.
Yeah, they are just in the porch outside. But I wanted to come in and make sure that we could book rooms before we all came in and politely introduced ourselves.
Oh, absolutely. How many of you are there?
There is 5 of us in total, but we're looking for 3 rooms, 2 doubles and 1 single. If that single has to be an upgraded room, we're okay with that.
Well, as long as those bunking together are either married or of the same gender, I have no issue with any of this. So I presume it's a proper arrangement that you gentlemen and gentlewomen have.
Oh, quite right. As I said, we're colleagues, and they are of
Quite.
Yep.
Well, we have rooms to spare, of course. If you would like to fill out the ledger.
Okay. Absolutely. Do you? I'll kind of get the pen. I might just actually give it a shake. Do you have another pen there? I just want to give it a second so I can actually look at the ledger and see who else has written in the ledger.
Yeah, you shake the pen and let me just go to the office and see. And she kind of disappears behind a door in the back, and you can flip through. Roll for a spot hidden. Or library use, actually, that would adequately fit as well.
I could roll library use, which is a high stat. I do have accounting.
You can also do accounting. Looking through journals and numbers.
65 under 85, so it is a success.
But I think what you're looking for is the name of Gerald Bingham in January, and has been taking rooms here. And that name you find indeed.
Then I will word for word transcribe the entry from Gerald Bingham into my notebook.
Well, Gerald Bingham stayed here from the 11th to the 13th of January.
Is there a room number?
Yes, there's a number 6.
I will say, I'm writing in our names. I had a room recommended to me from one of my other colleagues a long time ago. Could I request a room to stay in? Room 6?
Of course. I mean, we're currently only having 2 guests right now, so number 6 is available for your disposal. Now, do get your friends in. They shouldn't be standing outside in that sort of downpour.
I must be completely honest with you. They are colleagues. We're not friends. They are people that I work with. I feel it would be wrong of me to mislead you with my companionship with these people.
An honest gentleman. Such a difference to what we normally have as guests. Fantastic. No, I appreciate your honesty, my dear sir. But please usher them in. I do not want them to get sick or ill outside.
Of course. I'll go outside and just go. Okay. Well, I've acquired his rooms. You are all welcome. Come on in, and meet. What was her name? Did she introduce herself?
Margaret Booth.
That was it. I will, without pausing and hesitating, because I would have remembered the name, because I have a thing for names. I would say, "Come on in and meet the most wonderful Ms. Booth."
And as you kind of at the reception and kind of all sign in, to arts, you do notice there is a guest book just behind you, and you have enough distraction that you can rifle through it. And I presume you're looking equally for any indication, and you do find an entry for the 13th of January that simply states, "Amazing place to stay. I wish I had more time to do some hiking and fishing. The reservoir looks amazing. I will return later in the summer. Gerald B."
How far does the guest book go back?
Just about the beginning of the year, like December of last year.
Mr. Baker, if you wouldn't mind just asking where we're happy to park the car, whether we leave it at the front, is there somewhere around by our rooms we could park it? And then I'll just kind of like nod to Cody and kind of nod at the guest book. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm just kind of resting my finger on the Gerald Bingham entry.
Cody will just kind of slide over to where you are on the pretext of just looking around this little lobby area. And
have you actually told us your relationship to Gerald, or have you just talked about him a lot?
I would have told you that we talked about it in the car on the way, that he's my cousin, and that the reason I am here is because I got called by his landlord when he didn't pay the rent. Yes. Yeah. So you guys would know. Yeah, I'll slide over and I will take a look at that, and I think I will.
It is his handwriting.
Do I have any particular recollection of him being into hiking and fishing? I guess it's not that far out. He is one of the Wisconsin cousins, so that's not that strange, I suppose.
And yeah, I mean, he did like the idea of being a census agent to kind of be in the countryside, to go around stuff, and especially these remote places where there's not a lot of people. Like, he only took the census job to kind of get money, but like otherwise.
Do I recall, and I don't know if this is player not remembering or if this is an actual, we don't know this information. Do I recall if he like volunteered to take the more rural routes? Because I know
he was allocated that route.
Okay. Because I know his boss, we got notes from current in charge that Brigsby, the former boss, used to kind of ignore the rural routes and kind of deprioritize them. So
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I will take note, and I will probably pull out my notebook and copy down the exact language of his entry while we're sort of
in the meantime. Miss Booth will indicate to you that breakfast is served from 6 to 9 a.m., lunch from 11:30 to 1:30 p.m., and dinner from 5:30 to 8 p.m. There's nothing extraordinary about it, but you do smell the very tasteful smell of roast and potatoes and maybe vegetables kind of being prepared somewhere in the background. If if you would like, please, these are the keys to your room. We have a nice recreation room with some billiards and darts next to the lake. Unfortunately, tonight it might be not the best day to enjoy the deck, but otherwise, the dining area is just over there, and I make sure that you will still have something for dinner, as it's close to 8. So I'll make sure
Thank
that
you
you
kindly,
have
ma'am.
time.
Much
Oh, very,
obliged.
very good of you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Should we all check into our rooms and then meet back for dinner? That seems like a smart idea.
Yeah, let's drop off our bags at the very least, so we're not hauling them around.
Sure.
Yeah, Jordan slings his duffel over his shoulder, and you hear sort of like some clanking noises, and
A gun cocks. Like, what? Oh no, nothing.
It's that ticking noise coming from your bag.
Yeah, you do so. Unless there's something specific you want to do.
Charlotte wants to take the box and wrap it like in her coat and then hide it behind. She's like it's a bomb. She's trying to get it inside, but
Sure.
not be seen.
Yeah, you can do that.
Cody will
Yes.
make a good show of bombastically distracting so that anybody who needs to smuggle anything by can. I don't think it's hard for Cody to make a little bit of a scene, given that Cody is absolutely dressed like a man and is very clearly rooming with the other woman and can just like leverage the complications.
Fantastic.
that's a delightful jig, Kearney. It's very distracting.
Yeah. You can all do as you indicated. And Levi, anything else you want to do?
I think going to the room that I know was Gerald's room. I just wanted to have a quick scan. I know this is going to be real quick before dinner, so this might not be as detailed as perhaps Levi would like, as forensic as Levi would like. But he wants to go in the room and essentially beams, panels, wood, bathroom, anything out of place, any kind of markings, any scratchings. He's wondering if something very bizarre is going on. And Gerald was a smart chap.
Sure.
He's
roll
also
for-
always looking for any sign of his friend William.
Mhm.
But he knows that Gerald is more likely at this case with the time delay.
roll for spot hidden.
No.
In the quick haste, you're not able to find anything directly right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Quickly change and then join everybody back for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan will just go to his room with Aiden, look in quickly, assess which is the better bed, take it, and just lie down, and you just hear, "Oh God, yeah," as he just lies down and stretches, and yeah, there's cracking and popping noises from underneath his coat and stuff.
Yeah, Aiden does not argue. He's just a little bit intimidated by his new friend.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's good. Yeah. Oh, that food smelled good too, right? That wasn't just. That did smell good.
It did.
Well, I guess we should go and get some, right?
After you.
Oh, and he sort of stands up slowly, sort of popping, cracking, and then heads out. He
Sure,
takes off his heavy leather trench coat and stuff, and he's wearing a very disreputable looking suit underneath.
Fantastic. Yeah, and shortly after you find yourself all in the dining room. A table for the 5 of you has been set. There are 2 maids that potentially will turn some of the heads of some of the locals, as these beautiful maids are rushing and quickly kind of sorting your table and cutlery, as well as kind of indicating to the assortment of dinner being prepared and warmed on the corridor. Besides them, there's only one other table where an elderly couple, seemingly European descent, maybe German, are uttering about the rain or something as they indicate clearly outside, and complaining quite a lot. But yeah, you're all sitting together at the table, and the meal is lovely. It is tasteful, and you can actually have a moment to enjoy while there's a heavy downpour outside.
Do we need to get rid of the box? John
Well,
whispers.
we can't. That's not our property. Mr. Hamilton.
Sure.
You you believe in made up things, strange things, things that aren't real?
What sort of made up things would those be? He is going to make you say it.
Well, you earlier were talking about
History. Yeah.
about sensationalized events within history where women were accusing and accused of preternatural activities.
But that stuff doesn't exist. Why would you be interested in it?
No, yes. Well, I have made a decision, Mr. Hamilton, and I know that you're here at your uncle's behest, and I know that you look up to me and my career. And I think I would like to give you the opportunity to weigh in on these unusual events.
I think the conversation goes on for a little bit longer. We don't have to role play it out, but above game, Steve is not sure whether it seems more foolhardy to have the box with us overnight or to have the box sitting out in the car overnight. Any player preferences?
Is this something that comes up in conversation?
I think Miss Rose took it
so.
to her room.
Yeah.
It's at the moment it's hidden in a room. Yes, but I do we throw it away? Do we burn it? Do we
No.
break in and give it back?
That's
well,
not
Leave it.
That's not the sort of thing you just leave lying around for other people to find.
Right, and we can return it when the time is right. We're not thieves, but there was a and this is where he's struggling with it because this is where he lost some sanity. There was you all heard the box,
Yes.
but you all heard it speak, and
Yes.
and then yes, Miss Rose started speaking like an old granny.
My apologies.
But we all saw the box. He's actually he sounds like he's loud, but he's actually talking quite quietly here. He's like,
what happened with the? I didn't see the box. Well, I heard it.
They opened up the trick box, and it seems like it was talking, like somebody was talking through it, like the communication device that Miss Rose described. Y'all, have any of you ever been to like a magic show when you were kids or something? Like, it's not hard to make trick boxes and have voices come to places, or like one of those sometimes they used to do haunted houses for the kids, real popular. Like, it's how do we know it's not just a trick?
It's not a haunted house in a car, Cody.
No, but I'm saying, like, there's plenty of ways that you can create a puzzle box with a secret tape recorder hidden inside that triggers when you open it.
small gramophone or throw your voice or yeah. Miss Cody's right.
I'm not saying that's what we've got, but we don't know what isn't. Maybe you stole some toy that was meant for Buster's grandkids or something.
I mean, back in the core, there were these big radios that they used to talk to the. They couldn't carry them around like that. That's too small. But maybe it's a more up-to-date version of that.
They're constantly making advances from what I hear, you know, all those secret science projects they're doing out in the Midwest and all that.
You thought the box, the way it moved, that's a radio device. It kind of fell in on itself, and
I mean, I don't know, maybe Buster here is working for the CIA and has experimental technology. There might be a whole different conspiracy going on around here that's not anything that we think it is. Government cover-ups are a normal way of life.
That does make me
Not
feel
from
better.
present company, of course.
No, I mean the real government.
oh, if we're treading the toes on the government's behavior, maybe we should return the device. There is no point in multiple government departments working against each other. We should be all
Mr.
working
O'Nolan,
together.
are you going to go explain to Buster and his revolver that you picked up a box after getting scared by a rat and took it with you?
You hear the footsteps
I
of Miss Booth coming into the room, and you didn't even notice, but the German couple have left to their rooms by now, and she comes in and kind of looks around. Good evening. Oh, nice to see you all. I hope you enjoyed dinner, and it was to your liking.
It was lovely.
Very good.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Do I mind? Do you mind if I ask what brings you in the beautiful area of Montgomery?
Everyone looks around at O'Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
We are colleagues on a work trip.
I
We
see.
are traveling to Little Creek.
Oh. You can all roll for psychology.
I'll just stare in silence at her.
I have
Oh.
a success, a regular success.
Ooh.
Regular success here, too.
Complete failure for Levi.
Jordan is close enough that he might spend 11 points.
You don't have to. Aiden and Charlotte, both of you recognize there is a severe shift in her demeanor from nice and polite to confused, angry, but also frightened. And she quickly kind of like pulls herself together. Oh, Little Creek. It's just an unusual name. What brings your business there, if I might ask?
Well, we are the census officials.
Census. Oh, wasn't the census a couple of months ago? I thought we already filled this out.
Unfortunately, the paperwork got corrupted, and so they're asking us to do a quick follow-up to see if we can figure out what happened. There was some sort of misfiling or miscommunication. The bureau worker who was here, I think earlier in the year, didn't file his papers correctly, unfortunately.
We believe it was a postal error rather than the Census Bureau. An external failure not reflected on the Census Bureau.
Oh, well, that is quite unfortunate. Well, I hope that this time everything goes right then. And she clearly kind of begins to kind of fumble around and kind of just picks up.
While
a couple
that
of
conversation was going on, Jordan has kind of just left the table, and he's going to look round the back into the kitchen. He's trying to find the serving girls. He's looking for more pie, is what he's looking for. But he is, using this as an opportunity to sort of nose around.
You might actually nose around directly to the room next door, which is the recreation room. There's a billiard table, fireplace. You can see there's a couple of bookshelves and a lovely kind of pile of old newspapers in one corner, darts table, and the French door leading up to a back patio of the whole assortment.
No pie though.
Well, as you go in, you have one Alice kind of coming just into the door. Mr. Baker, I presume. Can I get you anything?
I was just hoping whether there was any more of that delightful pie that you.
We got some nice prickleberry pie and maybe some hot cocoa.
Oh, that sounds marvelous. Thank you very much.
Well, of course. How about I sent Marcy in to light up the fire? I think it's a night where we could light up the old recreation room again, and I'll get you some pie and some hot cocoa.
That sounds mighty fine. Thank you.
And
then while she's gone, he'll have a nose through the bookshelves and the newspapers and things.
Yeah, they're all local newspapers dating back couple of years, actually, centuries, all kind of piled on together.
Centuries, literally centuries.
Going back to 1890s. They're not like, weeklies. They're like occasional here and there, couple of newspapers. It looks like a mishmash of historic parts. They try to do like a historic reference section, but doesn't seem to pan out.
I'll just have a flick through on some of the more pertinent dates that we've had from the thing, and I'm not reading them in depth, so I'm just looking for census, the word census, or Little Creek,
sure,
that sort of thing.
You can do a library use. Meanwhile, in the other room, the four of you, you see Miss Booth kind of like picking up your plates and kind of then just awkwardly, well, is there anything else? I could make you a nice, lovely cup of herbal tea for the night over at the recreation room. I believe Marcy is going to take up the fire over there.
Miss Booth, do you have any recommendations for the area around Little Creek? I stared her brightly and chum. You've been. This is such a lovely place, and I might want to take my family there.
No, I barely recall that name. Is it around here that you say that you're looking for that town?
I believe so, and it's so beautiful here with lake and everything.
Oh.
And
well, I myself wouldn't know, but well, I've not really heard that name that often.
You haven't?
No. I mean, maybe in passing by, but it's more like a room. It's probably abandoned, one of those old mining towns. I'm sorry, I'm just going to bring those into the kitchen. I'll be right back. You all by now notice that she's clearly a bit taken by this.
While she's off collecting things, this sounds like the kind of place that has all kinds of like folksy bric-a-brac. Anything that would catch Aiden's particular eye?
Well, not in the dining room, but if you go over to the rec room, you do see potentially Jordan kind of sitting there already in the cozy chair. You see a small library with included folklores and children's books and, walking guides and such alike.
I think, should we all go into the recreation room? That's the plan after dinner.
Yes.
If we could walk past one of the maids. Excuse me, and Aiden, I know you're probably walking off to the bookshelf or something. Could we
yes, sir.
Have a few drinks, please? We're gonna sit here.
Well, your colleague is gonna have some hot cocoa. Would like some as well?
I would very much like a whiskey, please.
A a what?
I'm only joking. We're on the job. You see, and he kind of looks around at everybody, just kind of like, you all thought, didn't you? Huh? Yeah? No. Okay.
Right.
Cocoa would be great. Thank you.
Yes.
Another
Yes.
epic fail of his social inability, trying to ask for alcohol at this time. He thought it would be funny. But everybody sweats a bit, I imagine. Can I smoke my pipe by the door? Is that okay?
Oh, of course you can smoke your pipe. No trouble at all. And yeah, you find yourself in the rec room, I suppose.
I walk up to Nolan and I grab the little flask and I bug, do you want a spicy hot cocoa? And I show him the little flask with whiskey in it.
Oh,
Might help us sleep.
Yeah. He's still rattled from earlier. And he'll take a sip.
Oh, naughty boy.
Slippery slope. Oh, Nolan, slippery slope.
Slippery
First,
slope.
a little bit of petty theft, and then the drink gets you.
And he starts smoking his pipe, his crack pipe. I know. Yeah, he'll.
Do you mind if I chase the dragon while I'm here?
Everybody just pulls various forms of opium out of their bag.
Paraphernalia everywhere.
Aiden just quietly takes some notes for his uncle.
Yeah. In fact, what Levi's going to do, he's going to go stand in the door. He opens it slightly, even though it's raining. And he's just kind of staring out into the distance. He's been really spooked by these people in the bushes, in the leaves. When he went around the back of the garage, there was that feeling of something there, that sensation. So he's kind of just smoking his pipe, but staring out into the distance. He'll be quiet for some time.
Mr. O'Nolan, you got the map there?
Yeah.
Give him the little map.
Yeah. And he takes it out of his large ledger book that he keeps writing all his notes in. Yes, you go, Mr. Baker.
So Jordan, while he's waiting for his cocoa and his extra piece of pie, will take the time to fill in the roads they've taken on the map, roughly, and where the towns are. I mean, he's an ex-Marine. I'm sure he's got some ability to read and understand maps.
Absolutely.
And make a note, and then write in ink the words Little Creek and an arrow pointing to the turn off.
And all of you can roll for Spot Hidden, and Aiden also roll for library use.
Charlotte has a hard success.
Mm-hmm.
Regular success for Levi.
Regular success for Jordan.
I'm too busy trying to catch the eye of one of the maids for questions that I want to set up later, so I don't see anything.
Fantastic. So in the meantime, John,
Aiden failed his library use. I'm trying to decide whether it's worth spending some luck.
Yes, this is up to you.
Spend luck.
Yeah. So 44 minus 35, so 9 points.
Yeah, you can click on the little spider symbol, and then there's a pop-up where you can say spend 9 points of luck, and it automatically subtracts from it.
Okay, I will remember that next time. I just did the math manually.
Okay. So while we do certain things in order now, Jordan, one of the things that you definitely notice makes it easier is there's a map over the fireplace that while you kind of sketch the map that you have and maybe sit in your chair, you notice is quite unique, as for some reason it actually has a location of Little Creek And look at that. I actually designed or shown you the road that you've actually taken to get here to the historic inn. So while you compile exactly that map, we have Aiden, who looks kind of through a couple of the books, historic folklore, and you find a couple of references just by a quick flick through. Some stories that are very reminiscent of Hansel and Gretel, but a lot of the others are referencing a witch or a wizard in the woods. Most of them, again, focus on the witch that steals children to eat them, to use them in their macabre adventures. But also you find stories about gigantic creatures in the clouds coming down to those who are bad and often used for children's kind of educational purposes. Like if you behave badly, the massive thing out of the clouds will come and get you. They're all kind of creepy, but also all very folkloric in your experience.
Yeah. I am absolutely captivated by the parts about the witch in the woods, but also getting creeped out by the creature in the clouds, because I'm remembering the thing that brought the storm.
I mean, yeah, kind of was weird.
I think Aiden kind of had that pushed away until now. Sort of the you look at a cloud, you think you see somebody's face, it's just a trick of the mind. But when there are other stories about the same thing, he's revisiting what he's left.
Levi, in the meantime, you look outside and you see this nice French patio. There's this lake access behind the door. You can see that during probably nice days, you could sit out there, do some fishing, and there's a barbecue outside as well. It looks gorgeous and lovely. It's a bit dampened now by the stormy and rainy night, as it's getting quite dark outside, and you don't really see that much further ahead. The occasional kind of lightning maybe illuminates a bit in the forests and the mountains in the distance, but yeah, it's definitely different to the city. Cody, you are in the hallway and you see coming out of the kitchen, Alice, one of the waitresses, holding a whole tray of hot cocoa, and she kind of just stops. Oh, hello.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to disrupt you while you're working.
By no means.
I'm so curious. I'm a writer, and I'm just fascinated by this inn. I know places like this, sometimes you get famous guests that stay here and things like that. I was wondering, I saw you have a guest book that lives out there. What do you do with them once they fill up? Do you like keep an archive or something, a history of everyone who stayed here?
Oh, yeah, I think Miss Booth keeps them somewhere in her office.
Do
Honestly,
you
I
think
don't know.
she'd be willing to let me take a look at them? Personal fascination. I think this might be a wonderful setting for maybe I don't know, a piece for the Women's Home Journal, or even maybe one of the larger papers. I'm a freelancer,
Maybe I honestly don't know how long. I mean, her husband was initially the one, I think, who started all of it. It wouldn't hurt to ask, I suppose.
Well, maybe I'll find her and do that. Sorry, I don't want to be interrupting, but I'd love to chat more later if you're off shift.
Oh, sure. I'd love to. Yeah. Great. see you later. And she kind of quickly fills.
Yeah. So right. Did I see where when she mentioned like Miss Smith was in the office? Do I know where that is?
Behind reception. Yeah.
Great. I think I'll head over that way, either to talk to Mrs. Booth or to see if the office happens to be empty and unlocked.
Okay. Charlotte, what are you doing in the meantime?
I think I see a stack of old newspapers, and I'm a journalist, so I'm trying to figure out who writes what here. So I'm happy to have I am a freelance journalist as a secret nightlife job. Would that give me a bonus die?
That would indeed give you a bonus die.
Lovely. I will move the slider and roll. And
well, that is unfortunate. Do you want to spend some luck to make that a success?
Spend the luck.
Yeah, I'll spend the luck because I can also push it and see what horrible things happen. Can I push it?
Sure.
I lean close to the fire to get better this stack of old newspapers to get better light on it.
Of course.
Does the pushed roll also come with a bonus die?
Why not?
Cut to us standing in the parking lot, just looking at the blaze.
Burning building.
To build again. Oh, we're 2 over 45.
Oh.
We were in such a calm moment. Everybody was recovering.
You bring indeed a couple of the newspapers closer to the fire in order to kind of read them. Some of the paper drops and kind of falls over. It catches fire. It catches up fire in your hand, which then burns the whole newspaper. You drop it. It falls to the ground, which is dry, and the carpet is very dry as well.
Grab the hot cocoa.
Fire.
Throw the hot cocoa over it.
Fantastic. Roll a dex just to see how far the fire spreads before you can react to it. It spreads quite a bit.
Fire.
As you all notice, suddenly the smell of smoke and fire expanding, first towards the billiards table, then towards the cozy chairs, and yeah, it starts to spread in the rec room.
I'm gonna throw my jacket on the floor and start stamping on it and try and stop it spreading any further.
So glad I'm not in the room.
Yeah. Actually, I run out of the room and follow Cody. No.
I grab my mocks of cocoa and I'm launching through the room.
So at the moment, the 4 of you are in the room, right? And as the fire starts, you can hear Alice and Marcy, the 2 waitresses, kind of yelping as they kind of move in as well to kind of try to extinguish the flames. I assume all of you are now on that. Cody, you're towards the reception when you suddenly see Miss Booth kind of whoosh, rushing past you. And then you hear her like, oh my God, what is happening? How can this happen? Like, what is going on here? This is unbelievable. No.
I'm so sorry.
Jordan has run to so he's picked up, is there a fire bucket, with logs and things in it?
Yeah, sure.
So he grabs that, he opens the doors to the deck where the lake is, and he dumps that wood out, and he goes to the lake, and he starts scooping up water in the fire bucket and running back in.
Fantastic.
Meanwhile, Levi's going to be there. He's done his bit. He's now standing there with his notepad, and he's kind of very loudly just kind of going, oh, the open fireplace, just dangerous sparks coming out. Miss Rose nearly burned to death. A freak accident. I mean, this is all going in my report.
So sorry.
You say accident. I say liability.
No apologies. Yes, a liability. Who's liable here, Mr. Hamilton? I knew you were a good member of this team.
I'm gonna sneak into the office. They've got a handle whatever the hell is happening.
With the perfect distraction. The officer will be even unlocked because she kind of just started to run over. And her kind of office is a densely packed shelving room with lots of journals. you can roll for library use because you can also get
Very
a bonus
flammable.
because you
journal.
know what you're looking for. Oh God, please don't burn down every place you go to.
Strike a match.
I'm not even smoking. That's for later with Alice. 22 under 65.
Fantastic. I presume you're looking for the guest books in the years that the other agents
Yes, I am
potentially would have been in.
I am specifically looking for it can be the guest books like the one where they get to write in their little message,
Yep.
or the log books of like the check-in check-out to get dates, either of those. But I'm looking specifically in the years for Whitford in 1910, for
Dodge.
and then for Dodge and Simpson in 1900, if I can find them.
You do. And you find brief references indicating that about 2 to 3 days prior their letter of resignation, they stayed at least for 2 days here in the hotel.
Great. So it exactly kind of sets a pattern of 2 nights about 2 or 3 days before the date of the resignation.
Pretty much, yes.
Cool. I'm going to jot that down in my notebook. I'm going to slide everything back into place on the shelf, and I'm going to
Back to the fire.
out and make my way back down
To
the
the fire.
hallway, see how much chaos is still occurring.
It's like that scene in Community where one of the characters goes out to get Peach and then comes back in, and everybody is just chaos.
The worst timeline or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's it. That was it. Yeah.
Roll back in, pulling a cigarette out of my pocket. Not my lighter. I'm not going to need that.
No,
just
like,
leans down to the rug and just slides.
Can I get...
So Jordan will have been shouting to people to grab a container, and what he's going to try and do is get people to set up a bucket chain to the lake, so he's not running backwards and forwards filling the bucket. We've got 2 or 3, whether it's a jug for water or anything like that we can get water coming in.
Can I grab a flower vase out of the lobby and walk in with that? Vase of water.
Can you all roll for a spot hidden check? Oh wow, you really are curious about things.
Oh, thank you,
Charlotte's
Jordan.
crying.
That's a failure from everybody except Jordan.
Jordan, you might be the only one who has a rational mind in such high stress situations. So when the fire is being extinguished and you coordinate the whole efforts, it takes about 15 minutes or so, but you get it done. After that, there's a whole mess in this room. But during that interaction also, a lot of the newspapers have been scattered around the floor. And just by a brief glance, you spot maybe first here and then there, but there's quite a bit of pages that kind of seem to be on top as they are scattered of short articles about missing children in various issues and journals.
I will mention this sotto voce to Levi and hope that he's in a state to be able to look around at and have a look at the articles on the floor.
Sure.
With that, if I see that it's missing children, this is obviously an incredibly serious matter, and with everything that's been going on, I will attempt to tidy up. So I'm not necessarily going to examine them right now, but I'll get these, save them making more mess, and I am actively picking up the pages that have any reference that Jordan's pointed out to me about missing children, Little Creek, any mention of any of our...
There's no mention of Little
predecessors.
Creek, but definitely mention of missing children.
Missing children.
Disappearing in various towns. And yeah, you can pick them all up. And I guess unless there's anything else after this, business of reading some newspapers with some hot cocoa, I would say it's probably getting towards 10, 11 11 at night by the time the fire is extinguished. You've, Levi, collected all the newspapers, and you maybe find yourself in one of your rooms. Kind of after.
Can I just check? Was that a failed and pushed library use roll that caused
Yes,
that?
yes.
Awesome. That is the most Cthulhu thing that I have ever heard.
Also, I had a 45. I rolled 4 dice and I failed all of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you failed with a push roll by 2, let's be honest.
Yes.
I will encourage everybody to come back to room 6, and I will ask Miss Rose to get the box, and come to room 6.
We all hilariously cram ourselves into the one single room we've booked.
Oh, this is we upgraded this room. It's very expensive.
It's a wedding suite.
So I'm sitting on the bed and they all walk in.
Did Gerald get married and not tell anyone?
No.
That would be wild.
With the census company, we you can upgrade your rooms. It's encouraged that you enjoy your travels.
Maybe I did go
one
into
of
the wrong
the,
line of business.
Wasn't one of
not
the people
unfortunate.
say they found someone to marry?
Yeah, one of them did. I didn't seem super excited
I
about
seem
it.
to remember from your inane witterings in the back seat when we were driving up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
Mr.
resignation
Simpson.
letters. Simpson said that he was going to settle down with someone. Quite, you think that started here in this room?
Charlotte
Sure,
gets
why
out of
not?
bed.
Why not?
So, as I said, this was Gerald's room, room 6. I don't know if Gerald was the type. Ms. Cody, I don't know if you would enlighten us about your relative. Would he, if he was going to leave us a message or a cry for help or a if he knew something nefarious was happening, and I'll start spreading out the newspapers about the missing children on the bed. It appears nefarious actions are happening. Voices from boxes. Mr. Hamilton, I'm gonna ask you to comment on that in a minute. Do you think?
Cody is going to walk over to the nightstands and immediately start looking. This is a little early period, but still not out of turn. Look for the Bible,
Yeah, you find a Bible.
because Bibles are somewhat universal books that can be used for a book code. Start flipping through and seeing if there's anything written in the margins, if passages are underlined, anything like that.
Unfortunately not. It seems very generic and yeah, nothing out of the ordinary.
Tuck that back in, and while everyone is kind of starting to examine the newspapers, I guess I will keep an ear out to the conversation about the newspapers, but I think I will just start kind of looking around. I don't think I'm close enough to Gerald to know, it's not like we have a secret code from when we were kids, but I think I would know. I would go through my general, where would I hide something, or any stories I remember from friends who fought in the war and how they would pass messages, and just kind of see if I spot anything.
Jordan will, because he did fight in the war, he will walk around, but he will check the places in a room that don't get changed between people. So he will look under bits of carpet, try and find if there's an air conditioner, not an air conditioning, but a grate or something in the
See
wall.
if there's a mirror in the washroom that's
those kind of the things that wouldn't be disturbed by someone coming in and cleaning a room.
And despite your best efforts, there's nothing you can find in those. However, at the same time, and those of you who go through the newspaper articles, you find a surprising amount of disappearance and kidnapping of children throughout the Hampshire County, starting from 1875 up to pretty much a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
In light of what I was reading earlier, do any of these articles make it, any like last seen near the woods or
They're very close to like suburbs, outskirts, farm towns. They could be like close to woods and suburban areas.
okay, but it's like scattered across the county. It's not like,
Yeah, it's
all-
from Huntington, Westhampton, Ludeville, Russell, all over the place.
Are
Is
the
there an
agents-
obvious like circle or patch of them where there would be a center?
Although it appears there's a very relative even spread. No missing child from this list exceeds more than 3, but no is less than 2. It's almost as if there's a pattern of children missing, not necessarily a concentric circles, but the tragedy is being spread out here. This is no mere accident. This is not kids wandering into the woods and natural causes.
And
If they were
Jordan, you are not that wrong because you made the map earlier. The central point that is accessible from all equilateral or equidistant would be the point where you've seen Last Little Creek. It's pretty much smack in the center of all of those places.
If these were closer
Is-
together, I'd say we might have some sort of pervert on our hands, but this is seems pretty timed out.
Yeah, is there specific timing, a year or season, and is there
Nope.
an age of the children?
They're all under 8.
Okay.
The oldest is 8, but they're all spread out throughout the year. No specific kind of pattern in annual reoccurrences that you can determine.
Skimming the articles, how often or not is there any mention of a reference of the reservoir getting searched? Like, are
Maybe
they sending
once,
people to like drag
once
the
or-
reservoir?
once or twice by Montgomery cases,
Okay,
but that's about it.
interesting.
I know what Mr. Nolan's gonna say, but was looking through the books in the rec room earlier, and they seem to be very, very interested in. I know these are just folk tales, but stories like Hansel and Gretel, stories of the magic person in the woods who steals children. I am not suggesting that there are witches and warlocks and houses made out of candy, but does seem interesting that they're very, very, very interested in the subject.
Well, most folklore and stuff like that, isn't that like cautionary tales or stories that people make up to try to explain things that are happening?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if
always. Yeah.
there's a, I don't know, a history of children going missing in the area, maybe it follows that they make up stories about something stealing the children to try to, I don't know, cope with the tragedy. You can see that Cody is starting to get a little bit. Cody's been pretty level this whole time. You can see that Cody is starting to kind of tick again with like playing with the pencil and is seeming a lot more anxious as all of this missing children talk comes up.
And you potentially are all getting quite exhausted. It's been a very long day.
I am going to make an executive decision.
I feel safer already.
And
What would we do without you?
Thank you. I think that we all rest, we all sleep on this. We Miss Rose,
Yes.
perhaps Mr. Hamilton could care for the box this evening.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yes, definitely. But not having it nearby sounds excellent.
Right, and
Ge-
Mr. Baker's in there as well. And we shall all reconvene for breakfast.
I'm going to suggest that everybody puts wedges a chair under the door handle tonight.
Levi's eyes are like flicking from the chair to the door. He is internally panicking at this point. Yep. Yep.
Do all of the doors to our rooms, do they all open into like the same hallway? Like can we see
Yes.
everybody's
Yes.
doors? I'm gonna, I think, pull Mr. Baker aside and very quietly just sort of be like, I know we both probably need a good night's sleep, but should we maybe, I don't know, take shifts sitting in the hallway and keeping an eye on things?
Yeah.
I can go first. Wake you up in 3 hours. Trade off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will check the doors to see, do the doors open into the rooms or do they
Into the
open
room.
in? Okay, so yes, wedging a chair under, and I will show people in case they weren't sure what I meant, putting so the door don't open, and we're going to try and keep an eye on what's going on as well. Just be safe.
Cody, are you then not sleeping with me in the room?
I'm gonna take a sort of watch in the hallway to start with, and then Mr.
God.
Baker will relieve me, and I'll come in then. I'll knock quietly to for you to let me in with the chair. Or I'll just go bunk
Okay.
down with Mr. Hamilton. I'm sure he's not going to notice or mind. Hopefully he'll be sleeping sound.
You probably won't feel
Well-
a thing. I think you, honestly, okay. What if they come through the windows though?
Well, then you're going to have to take care of him. Make sure you scream loud enough for me to hear.
Levi starts looking at the window, really scared now.
Isn't it good that you found your own room by yourself?
Cody is trying to put on a lot of bravado, to be clear, but anybody who's looking closely can see that like the kind of nervous tick is like drastically increasing.
If you're looking at Jordan, you would be. He doesn't seem surprised that this kind of activity is being needed, and he doesn't seem at all put out that he's doing that activity.
What about Aiden?
Okay, so I have in my head there are hotels where the lights in the hallways and the common areas stay on all night. There are B&Bs where the lights are out and the lights are going to be dark in the hallway as well. Which category does this fall into?
There's like a single light down the hallway, pretty sparse.
I think this is
Okay.
category 3, which is the important to the plot type lighting,
Mhm.
which
Well,
will
yeah.
go on and off
Yeah.
as relevant.
Exactly.
Also, though, individual washrooms attached
No,
ensuite
no,
or
no.
shared washroom? Okay,
Shared washroom.
I didn't think we were that fancy, but I wanted to be clear. Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, I think Aiden's gonna sit up for a while. He is not brave enough to ask Jordan to let him have a light on in the room, so he'll go find that light in the hall. Having been left with the box, he is very, very fascinated. He's not going to touch it. He knows what that leads to, but he's going to spend some time taking a very close look at the patterns and the symbols and all of that, and see if anything seems vaguely familiar.
Fantastic.
The first 10, 15 minutes of the night you spend watching Jordan clean his revolver and disassemble, clean and reassemble his shotgun and load it.
Yeah, I think that's when I move out into the hallway. You are welcome to have the room and you're quiet and whatever else I can give you to keep you keep me on your good side.
Okay, thank you.
Cody is sitting in the hallway and has a book and a baseball and is like one-handed reading the book and in the other hand just like tossing the baseball and catching it.
Fantastic. Rose.
Charlotte is unpacks the gun she has in her purse and puts it under her pillow, and then she takes this like dainty little vase and she puts it in such a way that if you try to open the window, the vase will crash on the floor, and then she takes all the pillows and she sits there in her pink pajamas, like curled up, not loving any of this.
Levi.
Levi is in his pajamas, with his slippers, smoking his pipe, and he's got pretty much all the paperwork, the letters, the map, the handwritten notes from Mr. Snipes, the missing children document, and he's trying to see the pattern. He's so convinced there's got to be some pattern, to the point where he's counting the difference in the years. He's looking at the difference of the years from just Huntington, where the kids have gone missing, and then he's following it across. He's trying to work out if there's some kind of time or mathematical pattern here.
Okay.
He's a lot cleverer than I am. So I can't see it.
Let's try a mathematics roll here. Let's see what you can come up with in the late evening.
Okay. 40
Okay.
under 65.
They are... So the disappearances of the children quite random. Too random, but yet there seems to be a pattern. You're not 100% sure, but like you have an inkling, you can't verbalize it. But you do notice that the disappearance of the agents is always in the years when there's no disappearance of children. And most often there is a disappearance of children the year after an agent went missing. But that's the most you can glean from it. And if Aiden you're in the hallway for a good number of time, you can give me an occult roll if you want to study that box for a while. Ooh, do you want to spend some luck on that?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend 4 points.
Fantastic. You do spend some time with the box. It enthralls you almost with its patterns, designs, runic inscriptions. You start to see patterns in other symbols, buried within other symbols. You almost kind of lose your train of thought for a second, and it's as if you can start to hear something. And that's when you kind of notice that you kind of doze off for a second, sitting there in kind of a hallway, and you still have the box in hand, but like, yeah, it doesn't feel warm, but it doesn't feel cold either, like wood should feel right now.
Okay. Might check in with Cody and see if the wood feels the same way to somebody else. So it's not just me.
Sure. You present it to Cody, and it feels like wood to you.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you've just been holding it too long.
Could be.
I'm sure you're probably used to pulling all-nighters, what with the study and the law and everything, but if you need to get some sleep, you should get some sleep.
I should, but I'm not going to be the one who wakes up Mr. Baker.
No,
So-
that's going to be me in about another 2 hours.
Yeah.
So,
So I think we hang out together for a while.
Okay. So Levi, Baker, and Charlotte, you are actually going to sleep then? Yes? No?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
going to try
Yeah.
to sleep.
Can you all roll for power?
I mean, no.
I'd rather not, but...
Uh,
Oh, no, I have my power 60. It's not a fumble, but it is
Push them.
95.
Levi got 3 under 55, an extreme success.
Fantastic. Jordan, what about you?
Maximizing my sheet. I haven't even looked at my power. Oh. Oh no.
I don't like that sound.
Okay. Can both Jordan and Charlotte roll for a d6?
For our podcast listeners, that's a 95, a 94,
Yes,
and a 3
95,
from
yeah.
Mr. O'Nolan.
That's a lot.
Ooh, 5.
Oh,
And a 3 from Jordan.
Okay. Jordan,
how did you die, guys?
Jordan, you fall asleep and you almost a bit feeling like you're drawn into first a relaxing nightmare. You walk plains over the countryside like you've seen the whole day driving past. A stretch over miles and miles. The sun is beautiful and nice. And all of a sudden you stop and you notice there's a town just in a valley up ahead of you. Briefly, for a moment, you feel paralyzed. You feel a slight tremor running through the ground up your body. Suddenly, the sky darkens above. Heavy clouds start to congregate over the town. There's no rain, but everything around you gets dark as well. The sun loses its light, and then you hear it somewhere there amongst the thunder, like a screeching noise, like a snake hissing, or a bear growling. You're not sure what it is. You've never heard anything like this before. Suddenly you see from these clouds massive black patches kind of descending off further down. Then you hear screams of agony, of terror coming from that town. And just like this sound of crushing, what you've heard in the war before. It's almost like you hear the gun shells, the environment of war around you again. And it slowly transforms into this. The battlefield that you've seen before. Men screaming in agony. But you still see that town standing there and these massive black clouds raining down upon them. At the same time, in a room next door, Charlotte, you're terrified. You sit on your bed, trying to hold onto your pillow until you finally realize you are asleep. And almost like in the same instant, you wake up, you stand in an empty plain. It stretches in all directions. It's black rock, barren. There's no sign of life anywhere around you. You take a few steps, you even call out for help, for something. Nothing. Your voice just, there's not even an echo. It just fades off. It's quiet, and you start to a bit freak out, not really knowing what to do. You run left, right, up, front. It doesn't change until you hear this tremor in the ground. You're not sure where it's coming from, but then you stop, you look, and as you turn, just in the distance, faintly, you see something. You're not sure what it is exactly, but as it comes closer, you notice it's the ground, like something underneath the earth,
Oh dear.
upheaving the earth. The stones and rocks are breaking as something is moving first slowly, then faster and faster towards you. Its size first like a mole or something, but now it's growing in size, larger and larger. And you suddenly become aware that by the time it reaches you, it will be massive. And just as you
Run.
think this is, yeah, you need to run, that's when you start to notice that you look around, and all around you, from the ground, the same thing happens and moves towards you. And I think that's where we're going to call it for tonight.
Oof.
Jordan, you are still muted.
I would like to make a sanity check, if I may,
You might
Because-
as well may.
because I have a fear of dreams.
Exactly.
So
Oh, it's still 1 point of sanity loss because A, it's a phobia, and 2, what you've seen. And yeah, that was part 1 then of Little Creek, due to the decisions taken.
Well, thank you all for joining us for Welcome to Little Creek here with our keeper David Wartmann and our wonderful players. And hopefully you'll join us for part 2. See you next time.
See you next time.